Are you okay?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm hustling.
You know the saying, stay hungry.
Boxing Voice Radio, #1 podcast. Enjoy the show. It's a great day to talk boxing. Ness on the mic, super chat to call in. It's the Boxing Voice Radio, #1 podcast. Enjoy the show. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe. Join the Patreon today.
Come on, man. I just got my hair done 2 days ago.
Swing the remix guard.
I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. And she put grease in my shit. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. And she put grease in my shit. I just got my hair done. 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 Why y'all boys like I'm saying bullshit? Like this is real fast. Like this is real fast. Why y'all boys like I'm saying bullshit? Like this is real fast. It burnt my eyes. Like this is real fast. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done real fast. Come on, man. I just got my hair done 2 days ago.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, Solo Dolo, Scarface, no Manolo. You just never know who's going to jump on and when they're going to jump on, but we are going to have 2 interviews today. I'll give you all those details. Make sure you head on over to our community page so you can drop those 2 guests a question, and I'm going to be letting those guests know that who exactly asked those questions. So head on over to the YouTube community page and drop your questions for our respected guests. Today, we're going to be discussing the latest video roaming around the internet, man. Today, there's been a video that was released, and in that video, you can see Calvin Ford, the trainer of Gervonta Tank Davis, the junior superstar, face of boxing. And in that video, Ring Magazine and Box Raw, who have partnered, come together to give away equipment in Upton Gym, the home of the champion, the WBA champion, Gervonta Tank Davis. And I am asking, not many, not the internet. No, I'm asking, man. Is this Turki Al-Sheikh's peace offering? Is this a Riyadh season ambassadorship in play? Is this a way to make peace? We do remember that Turki Al-Sheikh and Tank Davis, they have some tension, obviously. The Tank Davis Al-Sheikh feud is a rocky history that dates back a long time now. In February of 2024, Gervonta Tank Davis demanded 2 Ferraris, just to sit down and talk with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. And that rubbed Turki the wrong way. Since then, Tank has went on to say many things. Things like Turki and his friends are satanic because of a photo that they took together that is still posted on Turki Al-Sheikh's Instagram. So I'll show those as Exhibit A. Here's a few of these said pictures that Tank Davis doesn't like. This is one where he said this was some Illuminati shit. And then here's another one that's a little older. Same picture, though. And obviously, Tank called it Illuminati. Hence, the ongoing feud between the two. Now, Turki since then has gone on to purchase the Ring magazine, hold the award ceremony for the Ring magazine Gala in January 2025, where I told you that, you know, Tank Davis associated Alice Seek's friends and associates with devil selling their souls to the devil, right? So he said, and I quote, they sold their souls, right? So this was Tank just like seeing a picture. Since then, you know, Turki has had things to say, nothing crazy, but he did take his shots at Tank, always leaving the door open, saying that if Tank wants the biggest fights, he's here. And, you know, then we get today's video, which would be Exhibit B. Let's get to that, which is on Turki's page, by the way. Yeah, let's show you that. This is Turki Al-Sheikh's verified Instagram. He's got over 34.2 million followers. And look, Calvin Ford right there. 22,000 likes already, no comments. Wow, no comments? That's weird. Let's put some fire there, a little clapping emoji. I thought I did this already. This is weird. Is he deleting comments though? I mean, it shows now. I don't know. I thought I did this, but see, that guy is with the Ring. You've seen him. And with Box Raw's in attendance. They giving out gifts to the kids. You got, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis's trainer there, Calvin Ford. You know, so is this a peace offering? Can we see an ambassadorship coming? Turki Al-Sheikh has been giving ambassadorships to many big-time fighters, starting with Canelo Alvarez, Anelwai Inoue became an ambassador. Bruce Shushu Carrington became an ambassador. Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, Jerron Boots. And, I mean, the list goes on and on in terms of the amount of people that were given an ambassadorship and then what that meant for them. They eventually got big-time fights, big-time offers. So can we see a world where Tank Davis and Turki Al-Sheikh bury the hatchet? Bury the hatchet, man. You know, Uptown is a safe haven in Baltimore for kids. You know, Ford has mentored many kids. Is this going to touch the heart of Tank and say, okay, this dude might be different than from what I thought? You know what I'm saying? Because you've seen all the equipment they gave out. That wasn't cheap. And I get it. It's way cheaper than 2 Ferraris. But he's still giving back to Tank's neighborhood, you know. And, yeah, I don't know. Phone lines are open if you guys want to call in. You can use Discord or X Spaces. Let me get those links together for anybody that wants to give their opinion. This is what we're talking about, though. You know, obviously, I want to see a world where Tank isn't beefing with Turki and we're not talking about him being on the wrong side of the street. You know, and you got to remember that Turki Al-Sheikh already said he wants Shakur to fight Tank next. So while I see some of the haters in the chat saying I'm reaching, it's just you can't connect the dots. You don't have the capacity to connect the dots. I mean, he already came out and said Shakur's fighting Tank next. The writing is on the wall. You know, for me, this is how you start. This is how you at least, it's a peace offering. It's an olive branch, bro. It's a restart. If you can't see that, tell me how you are interpreting this, right? Is Tank just going to simply overlook this? Or does this mean nothing because there's been an absence of Calvin Ford in the corner of Tank Davis? While he's made it clear that they still boys, he hasn't really been in the lead, right? Last we seen Barry Hunter be in the lead. So maybe you guys feel that this means nothing because Tank is no longer being trained by Calvin Ford. I don't know. I disagree, though. But Discord available, X Space is available. That link to call in also in the live chat. Don't forget, real quick, let me remind you, in about 7 minutes, we are going to be having Stephen Wop Williams, the Trench Olympian. Yes, sir. 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, right here on YouTube.com. It'll be live. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Stephen Wop Williams, super heavyweight in the amateurs, making his pro debut in just a few days, will be on the show. Also, for my Canadians, we got Tamm Thibeault coming on the show. Last name Oli, right? Isn't that like my man Joshua, Anthony Joshua? She might be Nigerian descent. We're going to have to ask her. But she is hailing from Canada. She was on that Toronto card with Lucas Body, where he caught a body. I mean, even though he didn't get the knockout, it was a clean out boxing. But nonetheless, those are our two guests this fine morning. If you want to drop them a question, head on over to Patreon. Head on over to youtube.com/the community page. And there you can ask a question. We got Juan in Houston. What up?
Can you hear me, Ness?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Y'all figured out how to get in on the first time now, Ness. What I gotta do is I can't let my screen go black, cause then when I hear you go and I open up, it won't connect. So I figured it out. We're gonna try to connect first time every time. But shout out TVV, like, subscribe. That's how I like to start my day, with that song right there. So y'all gotta stop hating on the jingle. But man, I'm glad there's an olive branch out there, because Turkey's making them fights, and I really, at the end of the day, you can't knock Tank, but don't mean you gotta like what he do or the way he move. People be saying I'm a hater, people that I deal with, right? You don't like Tank? It's not that I don't like him. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you're not giving us the fights. We want to see you beat the champions. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some people don't. You know what I mean? Some people like chocolate ice cream. Some people like strawberry. Some people like different things. But me personally, I want to see him fight champions. You know what I mean? I don't want to see him fight the Frank Martins and people like that. Let those guys that are on that level fight each other. You one of the baddest things. You one, best thing smoking. You know what I mean? So we need you to fight the champs. So and in Turkey, that's what Turkey likes. So shout out there. I don't know, man. I guess he used that devil thing. What he's saying, like you making a deal with the devil, right? Like it's gonna screw you over in the end. I don't know, but I'm glad, and it's a good move, man. So when is the Lamont Roach fight? Is gonna be in August?
August 16th was the last date we got from, them.
Okay. Man, I'm excited for that. Because we're going to see if it was a fluke, or, you know what I mean? I don't think it was a fluke. But you never know. You know what I'm saying? We didn't think Ryan was a fluke either. Even though we know it was Osterine. Because I'll be honest, I never said he won it fair and square, right? But it still made you think it made you consider. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I ain't considering. I'm like, I really think Lamont Roach just outclassed him, right? With Ryan, you thought he outclassed him, but then now it was but he had the ostomy, so you had to take that away. You had to, yeah, it was in your mind now. So we'll see what that's gonna do. And man, I'm excited for that. But man, I don't know why everybody hating on Turkey, man. I'm not a big fan of him, but I like what he do. I don't have to be a big fan of him. There's some things I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I don't like he be having that Emily. You know who Emily Austin is?
No.
You ever seen that white girl that's always doing the DAZN broadcast? Young, skinny white girl?
Nope. I'll be
Okay,
watching the
she's always in.
boxing.
Okay. Well, she does like I don't know if you call it the pre whatever. You know when they doing, but yeah, I don't like that girl because she be on Piers Morgan all the time. Man, you need to be watching those. Piers Morgan be having them British boxers on there beefing with each other. You ain't never seen that?
Nah.
Man, yeah, Piers Morgan likes boxing, yo. Messed me up. When Conor Ben and Eubanks was tripping with each other, he had them on their show to go back and forth with each other. And he just had Daniel Dubois and Usyk like 2 weeks ago for like an hour going back and forth. Piers Morgan is big, man. So shout out to the UK, man. Boxing is a whole lot bigger over there than it is over here, I'm realizing, man. Because we ain't got no big people on that level having boxers come on there and talk mess to each other for an hour. You know what I mean? So, man, shout out to you brothers in the UK. But yeah, that Emily Austin, she be on Piers Morgan's show, promoting. She loved the bombing of the kids in Palestine. And then Turkey got her on there. So that's one thing I don't know. Maybe that's something with Tank. Tank a Muslim too. They different type. I don't know what type of Muslim Tank is, but we know Turkey or Wahhabi. But I don't know. But shout out to Turkey for giving that olive branch out there. I hope we get some good stuff going for Tank because I want to see him in the big fights. If he beat Lamont Roach, if he don't beat Lamont Roach, man, Tank got to start going after everybody with a big name. You can't be no more with these mediocre fights. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happened after August, man. Man, I'm excited for that. But that's all I got, Nez. Let me get back to the grind, baby. TBV. Like, subscribe. Join the Patreon today.
All right, champ. You the man. If you want to call in and voice your opinion, you can do so using X Spaces or Discord. And if you're watching this live on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and that notification bell. Absolutely free. We got Mr. Perfect with the first super chat of the day. $2. Mr. Perfect says he don't want Jake to fight Tank. And that's another way to stop it, is to get Tank on your side, away from that Jake side. Cliff, Connecticut. What do it do?
What up? Good morning, TVV. Good morning, so what's good with you?
All good.
Yeah, I missed the monologue a little bit because I'm watching it on X anyway, so you really don't get a visual to see what's going on in the gym. But if I understood you correctly, like Turkey, what he had some people helping pass out
Yeah,
gym
the
equipment
ring,
and Tank's gym.
specifically the ring and Box Raw, who have already partnered together, went to Upton Gym and passed out equipment, boxing gloves, headgear, all that good stuff.
Oh, okay. So I look at it like this. Tank, I don't know what that means, but I feel like regardless of what that means, Tank needs Turkey, in my opinion. And let me give you my argument why he needs Turkey. Because all the black fighters, they don't really bring enough to the table to really satisfy his appetite as far as financially. I personally don't. I don't think Shakur is a big fight, or would I say like a big enough fight for what the risk is. Like Ryan was a top 10 all-time pay-per-view seller. I don't think Shakur gets him anywhere near that. I think it does more like Spence Crawford numbers at best. I don't think Keyshawn gets him anything near a million either, if not even 500,000. I don't think any of the black fighters that we above the casual and to hardcore level, the fights we would appreciate, I don't think those guys have built big enough platforms for themselves to really warrant Tank fighting them and getting a loss and getting kind of detracted off of his the resume he's built up or the mystique he's built up. Why tear it down for anything less than $1 million in view? I mean, a million pay-per-view buys. So in order to get the money he's looking for, you probably do need someone like Turkey to step in and pay you what you're worth, regardless if the fight is gonna sell or not, right? Because that's pretty much what Turkey's been doing for all these fighters. He's making the best fights, and you're getting your money's worth. And we either tune in or we don't, but they still get what they deserve. So that's why I think he needs them, unless like a Hispanic or a Mexican fighter has a big win or something, because they bring their own audience. So potentially something like that could happen where, I don't know, there's probably a Mexican around there, around his weight class somewhere, that could catch a big win, and it could just be the right perfect timing for him to get down with somebody. Like, I can't think of no one on top of my head, but maybe I don't know. Like, I don't really see no one right now at the moment, but potentially it could happen. But all the black fighters, they don't got enough going for themselves. So I think he needs to get down with Turk, so he could get what he deserves. And before I let you go, I sent you two $5 counter punches yesterday. I must have been behind. I sent one for Quest and one for myself, but the show ended. So if you could just if I request later, if the show get hot, you could just honor the counter from yesterday. I would appreciate it.
I never heard of you. I murdered. No, I got you. I made.
Yes, Desmond. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, I just seen the other day that they seen Eddie Hearn like put himself in the picture back with Shakur, but after this fight, do you reckon there's a chance of? Do you think there's a chance of Eddie Hearn making an effort to try and sign him again? Because they only had a 2-fight agreement, and I don't know, unless he's happy with what he's got out to Shakur.
I mean, he's gonna have to
I
he's
hear,
gonna have to bring something to the table to get Eddie to sign him again, or rather, for Eddie to sign for Shakur to sign with Eddie. So it's on Eddie to bring something to the table.
yeah, I was just wondering because they were meant to make the Schofield fight. That was meant to happen, but Schofield pulled out, and this was his second fight with him. But regarding Turkey and the whole thing, do you think Turkey has done a good job overall, or do you think because of the fact that he's trying to do in so many different markets, he hasn't really like done a good job in specifically in America at the moment? I think he's only done 2 shows at the moment, if I'm correct.
2 shows where?
In the States, was it just the Times Square card and the Crawford
Oh yeah,
Madrimov
yeah,
card?
yeah.
Yeah, because most of his shows have not been in the States. Like, people are trying to say he hasn't really done a good job, but he's only put on 2 shows. I know the Crawford Canelo fight will be also likely in the States. That's like an event that I think needs to succeed and should succeed on paper. But I think he got the Times Square thing wrong, if I'm being honest. Like, he should have just went to either MSG or Barclays, or if not, like, at least let the crowds that were turned up see the event, because a lot of people turned up and I think they were just looking at monitors. Like, the whole thing wasn't, like, I think a great way of executing that whole event. But when he did put on the Crawford Madrimov card in LA, a lot of I don't even think a lot of American fans turned up for that. I don't think that was sold out. I know we did have a decent attendance, but I'm not sure if boxing in America is really even gonna turn up. Like the fans are gonna turn up unless it's like a big super fight or Canelo fights. Like I don't know what you think about that. I think you should focus more on maybe the heavyweights and other markets, which he has been doing.
Yeah, man. He's gonna get it right because he's getting more and more fighters that we care about. You know that it's just all. Excuse me. It all boils down to that. He's been met with people basically, you know, making things difficult for him throughout all that time. But that's my guess right there, brother. Steven Williams, what's going on, champ?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. No headphones?
No, I don't got no with me.
Man,
What you need me?
I caught you sleeping, huh? You fell asleep. You forgot all about me.
No, yeah, I woke up. I had to do my this morning.
You said you woke up. You had to what?
I had to do my strength and condition early this morning, like 6 this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. Happy weather breaking. You know, working out every day, getting ready to go fight Summerfest, and turning that page,
I
bro.
know a few of my listeners are gonna be excited, specifically Rex out of Delaware, because that's where your first fight is gonna be, right? Your pro debut's taking place in Delaware.
Yeah, either gonna be yeah. Most likely it's gonna be Delaware, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Obviously, super heavyweight. You know, going to make your pro debut. Man. Where should we start?
We could start. We could talk about myself. You know, I'm from Chester, Pennsylvania. I'm 29 years of age. I started boxing. When I was about 23. You know, I've been through some things in my life that become a boxer. You get what I'm saying? Uh, I always played ball coming up. You know, basketball was my first love. That was my first sport. Everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'6", so you know I love basketball. But my 11th grade year, I blew my knee out. My right knee, I blew it totally out. I had 4 D1 looks, you know. I blew my knee out, I lost everything. So like that killed me real bad. You get what I'm saying? Start going down the wrong path because I didn't know anything else. I knew basketball. You get what I'm saying? So one night I couldn't move my leg. You know what I'm saying? It's probably 2 years later. So now I'm about 20 going on 21. I couldn't move my leg at all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm calling my mom, screaming my mom's name. I'm in the crib, and she come in the room. What's wrong? You dreaming? Da, 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 da. She going crazy. It's 3 in the morning. Da, 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 da. I'm like, Mom, I can't move. You know. So make a long story short, we go to the hospital. I had some fluid built up in my knee that I actually blew out. That I didn't take care of it after the PT wasn't working. I didn't really care no more. Couldn't go to college no more, so I didn't care about no physical therapy like that. And I had these lumps in my neck and everything. You get what I'm saying? So they did a biopsy, and like 3 days later, it came back stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a blood cancer throughout my whole body and through my organs. So it's like, damn, stage 4, that's the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. So I'm thinking, like, it's all over. That's all she wrote. So I know I do chemo and all this stuff. I'm thinking I'm going to die every night. I might don't wake up. This going on for 8 months. You know what I'm saying? So I get through the 8 months. And I'm like, all right, well, I probably could beat this. You know what I'm saying? So it's another 2 months. It was a 10-month treatment. Every 2 weeks I had to get chemo. And I got through that, but the last month I had got Steven Johnson's disorder, and that was from one of the cancer medicines. It made my skin break out, so I was like, my lips was peeling, real pink. Like my skin, I could rub my arm or like rub my face, and my skin would just come straight off. You get what I'm saying? So my last month was horrific. But I got through that, you know, through the strength of the man upstairs, Almighty One. And I just felt like I didn't want to go back to the streets. I didn't want to let my mom down. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to die in the streets. I didn't want to go to jail. I just beat cancer. So it's like, if I beat cancer, why would I let another man take me out or the band lock me up in a cell and tell me what to do? So I had to figure something out. And I fell in love with boxing, bro. And I'm going on 6 years.
6 years, and now you finally decided to turn pro. What I guess made you decide to turn pro? Because I know you told me that your trainer wants you to continue, and he hopes for you to get an Olympic medal.
It's just the point of is the amateur. I'm not gonna say the amateur is not for me, but I feel like my style. I've been in the amateurs 5 years now, and my style, I feel like it's just not. It's not made for the amateurs. It's not fitting the amateurs no more. That touch and move style, and moving all around, just scoring points. I'm a puncher. I could box. You feel me? I can box, but I'm a puncher. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I told you, I got 16 knockouts in the amateurs with headgear on, 12-ounce bubble gloves. So I feel like I had enough experience in the amateurs. I've been to the highest stage, which is the Olympic trials, and placed second. Um, Everybody know, like I said, I could punch. So when I'm in there, they see they fighting me. They dancing around. They not trying to sit there and be a heavyweight. At the end of the day, it's the heavyweights. Y'all want to see knockouts. Y'all want to see damage. You get what I'm saying? They don't want to see tap and move, tap and move. Some people got that style when it works for them, but as a super heavyweight, I know from what I know in boxing, y'all want to see knockouts. Y'all want to be excited. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like I'm ready to turn pro.
For sure. So what's the story behind Trench Olympian? That sounds like it's gonna be interesting.
So I came up with that name because I started boxing. I knew it was gonna be. I started late, and it's like, I'm gonna make the Olympics. Not gonna make the Olympics. It's through the middle here and there. So I was like, I'm from the trenches. You get what I'm saying? I'm from the trenches. I'm from Chester, Pennsylvania. If nobody don't know what that is, small town in Chester, in Pennsylvania. It's probably 3 miles radius. Like it's one street I could just run straight through in 10 minutes. You get what I'm saying? I could run, not 10 minutes, like 20 minutes. I could run through my whole city. And I'm doing this for the hood. I'm doing this for my city. So I'm gonna carry this name all the way. Like y'all ask me, I'm a trench Olympian. Like I'm the Olympian of the city, of the hood. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I took that name and I ran with it.
So what's the toughest trench you feel you fought out or fought through in your career? Is it having cancer? Like what would you say is that moment?
For sure. I'm gonna say losing my dad when I was 9,
Whoa. My
and
condolences.
then losing my dad when I was 9, that hurt me bad. But besides that, yeah, definitely cancer, definitely.
Who's that one fighter you would love to face in the ring and why? I know you
Uh,
got a story. You told me when. I'm gonna see if you're gonna switch it up though. You might have
for
more than
sure.
one dude you trying to put your hands on. I don't
No,
know.
no. Ali Feliz signed with Top Rank. I gotta get back. I feel like only reason I say that because I feel like he 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 got to that. He got to my check. You know what I mean? I feel like if I'd have won them Olympic trials, I feel like I was able to go pick my check up. I feel like he stopped me from grabbing that check off the table. He slowed it down anyway. So I need that get back. It's business at the end of the day, but somebody in the pros that I want to fight when it's that time, it's Ali Feliz for sure.
What have you thought of his professional progression?
Um, I feel like it slowed down. Like I said, like we seen him on TV and everything. Now it's like I don't know if it's he going down in weight or anything, but you know, I figure when you sign with like Top Rank or something, it's like everything should be on TV and everything. So I don't know if they moving him different anything. But it's like I can't wait to see him.
For sure. So what's one of the craziest things you've done to prepare for a fight?
What you mean? Like what you mean crazy? Like
I don't know, man. You tell us. I mean, I interviewed Deontay Wilder before. He told me day before the fight he had sex. So, craziest is up to you.
I probably ain't trained for like the whole week before a fight. 2 weeks before the fight, I ain't do no training
Why?
at all. I don't know. I just wanted to test myself. Like, let me see if I'm, because the bull that I was fighting, he wasn't like that. So this probably like my 10th fight, my 10th amateur fight, and I was just like, I didn't understand the sport all the way yet. You get what I'm saying? 10 fights, that's you just getting open class. So it was like, I'm like, oh, this boy only got 2 fights, man. It's summertime. I'm just trying to ride 4-wheelers and everything. I'm riding a bike. I ain't training. Knock him out. And went in there and knocked him out.
Hey, man, you got that type of power. I hear you. So if you were in boxing, what would you be doing, and would you even be called the Trench Olympian? Because obviously that's it's like a play on words of Olympian and making it to the Olympic trials and, coming out the trenches. So what would you be doing? What would we be calling you?
My name definitely still be WAP, because WAP was stuck to me. I had the name WAP from like 14. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like I ain't gonna say I would be a normal person because I'm always outgoing and I always had multiple things I did. But I feel like I probably work I have a great job in the like I'm gonna say like a good union field. You get what I'm saying? Like a pipeline field or something like that. Like making a lot of money because I got hella trades. So, but I feel like that ain't for me. So I don't. Like I said, this is my calling. So I don't know where I'll be. I don't think about where I'll be without boxing because I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
So I got a couple questions from the people. Round one, I don't know if you want to jump in. If you're familiar, obviously he is an amateur just turning pro. So if you're not, it's cool. I do got questions from the people for him.
Yes, go ahead, answer. I'll throw a couple questions at the end here.
All right. So we got Malcolm in New York City. He says, with the amount of fans and media complaining about fighters, quote unquote, running, what do you think is a realistic way to fix this issue in boxing? 2-minute rounds to force action, deducting points from moving too much, all rings, 18 by 18, just to keep it the same?
I feel like I like deducting points, especially I feel like certain weight classes. I'm not gonna be biased because certain weight classes they move a lot, they do. But I definitely feel like deducting points part. I feel in that because it's like just like with the Canelo fight, we understand Canelo is Canelo, and the guy was who he was. But come on, bro, you get what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You should have just gotten in the ring and what's the guy? What's his name? I can't think his name right now. Charles something. When he fought
Conwell?
FA. No. Remember the boy that fought FA. Yeah, he fought FA job by the bell rung and he just got out. He should
You
just do
about
that.
Curtis Harper. Curtis Harper.
Yeah, Curtis Harper. If you want to do that, just what I'm saying, just go ahead. Just go ahead and what I mean, get out, get your check, get your little whatever, your penalty, pay your fines, and I don't like when you talk, especially when you talking trash or you say you want to do this and do that. I don't like that. So I'm down with deducting points.
Yeah,
Where do you see yourself in 3 years?
3 years, I see myself hopefully top 15, top 15, top 10 in the heavyweight ranks.
Starting late in your career in boxing, and hearing you go through your situation with cancer, allows me to know that you do have a warrior spirit. As boxing, as you go through boxing, you're gonna understand that it's give and take, and there's no shortcuts in boxing.
Right.
And my best advice is always stay in the gym, stay dedicated to your craft, because your competition's never sleeping.
For sure.
You know. So
Yeah.
my advice for you, starting your career, this is not a game that we play. This is a game of of warriors. So
Right.
so yeah, man. Yeah, it's great listening to your story, and it's always good to watch a fighter come up in the rankings, and I'm gonna keep my eye on you.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right, I got Donald from Baton Rouge. Would you fight Jake Paul?
My question is, would Jake Paul fight me? You get what I'm saying? I would fight him. He could call me right now, and I'll take the fight. I feel like Jake Paul, he definitely progressed well. I'm not, like I said, I'm not biased. I'm not no hater. I respect the game. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of people don't respect boxing. You gotta respect boxing. I don't care who you are. But I feel like he just training hard, but he's not. He's fighting, washed up people. I'm not saying I'll go in there and just run him off the road, but I knock Jake Paul out.
I got El Consejero. Steven, appreciate your time. El Consejero from Washington State. Do you believe a boxer can be in mental health therapy and not lose their competitive edge in the ring?
Yes and no. It all depends on why are you going to mental health. Are you going to mental health to be a nice guy now, or are you going to mental health to just control certain things? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to mental health to, you know, take that fire away from you? Because if you're going somewhere to take a fire away from you, you need that competitive fire and that fire to be a boxer. I don't care what nobody say. You you can't be a boxer being a nice guy. Like like me personally, I don't agree with we weigh in and we face off. I'm not shaking your hand before the fight. It's no disrespect, but we gotta fight the next day. We can shake hands and talk after the fight, but before the fight, I'm not shaking your hand at all. And I don't care if people say that's disrespectful, that's not respectful. I just feel like I'm
No.
fighting this man tomorrow. You get what I'm?
Right. Nah, I
I
don't
feel
I
like
don't think that's disrespectful.
yeah. So I feel
Nah,
like it all
now
depends
we
on what you getting yourself for.
right, exactly. We could be friends later. You know what I'm saying? I've
Yeah.
met a lot of friends of mine after a fight. Actually, to tell you the truth, they gained my respect. You know what I mean?
hmm
So yeah, yeah. That's all competitive
Yeah.
nature.
Yeah. So I feel like it's all what you going to therapy for, and what you're trying to get out of it. That's what I feel like.
Right.
I
It's a
got one.
line,
Oh, my bad, my bad.
but no, you good, you good.
Now, go ahead, finish your thought.
Nah, okay. I just saying it's a line that I'm drawing between mental therapy and boxing. You get what I'm saying? Because once you get somewhere where they taking away your anger. I mean, I'm not gonna say your anger, but that fire in you. I feel like you shouldn't get back in that ring. And honestly, I feel like that's what happened to Wilder after that Tyson Fury fight. He just, you know, he hasn't been the same after them Fury fights.
I got Trice in Toledo, Ohio. What's your thoughts on bare knuckle boxing?
I won't do it. They they don't pay enough that you just getting punched and you just getting split. Like I don't get it. It's not enough money. You just go be a boxer. Like if somebody can explain to me why they're fighting, I feel like that's one of the most dangerous sports besides MMA. I think it's more dangerous than boxing.
Yeah.
Like if you can explain to me why you doing that for that little bit amount of money, I feel like the money you get, that's for your hospital bills. That's your hospital costs. You get what I'm saying? I had a friend that did it. I'm not gonna mention his name. He won. You get what I'm saying? But he had to turn around and spend 75, 80% of his check at the hospital.
That's
So
crazy, getting all stitched up and shit.
One fight,
we're
Nasty.
nasty.
crazy.
It's a meat grinder of a sport. Meat grinder.
I,
Like
Listen,
I,
I
I
wouldn't.
think that's where like old fighters end up or something for like a last hurrah or something, and I don't
Yeah,
know.
or the
But
journeyman, or
yeah,
No
you
offense,
don't.
I have no offense. I
No, it's
respect everything,
exciting,
but
but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
All
It's
right,
like
I got
street fight.
One Way Renzo from Roseville, Georgia. What made you get into the sport and what made you stay?
So like I said, I didn't want to go back into the streets. I didn't want to let my mom down. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm her only child. That's number one. I'm her only child, but still, as being a child of a woman that goes to church every Sunday, that prays day in and night out, I just start figuring laying in that hospital bed. Because I was, like I said, I stayed in the hospital for a month, for 30 days straight. I just, I start talking to God, getting closer to God. I just ain't gonna let my mom down. Coming in late night, early morning, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I had to find something. And I always like fighting, you know what I'm saying? Like outside before the guns, I was outside before the guns, all the street, all the killings. We always fought, and I was the one that everybody, we gonna fight, da 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 da. Then my big cousin also, he was one they always fought for real. For we always fought, but I used to help fight too. But so I just had to find something. So I had to get into. I got into boxing, and what made me like stay honestly is my power. Like once my first amateur fight ever, I had a second round knockout. Like he couldn't even get off the ground. And the boy was like 7-1. I had no fights. I had like two spars. I only been boxing for like 6 months. I had like two spars. And I hit him with this right. He just went down. I'm like, oh shit. Like I'm like, is this a dream? And then my third fight, same thing. I'm just like, oh, this really for me. And I just fell in love with it. I started staying in the gym, because I'm like, I got a right hand, but I really ain't had no jab. Like I didn't know how to use it. So it's like everybody keeps telling me I gotta set the right hand up. And that's where I really got the name WAP. Like they changed my name, my WAP. First of all, I had WAP just because I used to like having cash on me, like running around outside. So you always got WAP on you. So people just start calling me WAP, you get what I'm saying? But my coach changed it. His name Devin Starks, you get what I'm saying, from Loyal Boys. He changed it to waiting on a punch, because all I should do is wait with the right hand. And when I land the right hand, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting to land this right hand. That's all it was. So I just knew, like, I felt like this was for me. Like, I like knocking people out. I like being in the gym. I fell in love with it.
All right, I got Dre in San Diego. What's up? If you could have any artist walk you out for a big fight, who would you choose?
Mm. I probably had to go just one.
Hey, I guess it's on you, man. As many as you want.
I
If
already
you can
what? Yeah.
afford it.
That's a hard one. I probably go. Damn. I say Lil Durk if Lil Durk is home. That's what I think of. But Lil Durk not home, so I'm gonna go. Lil Durk not home. I'll probably go. If nobody don't know, y'all can look him up. His name West Philly Tour. Toure. He's from Philly.
I
He
got
a
the
rising artist.
last one here is from Quest in Virginia. What's up, champ? Blind rank these boxers 1 through 5, one at a time. Derek Chisora,
4,
Jarrell Miller,
5,
Deontay Wilder,
2,
George Foreman,
1,
okay, Eddie Chambers,
3.
You made it. I don't know about Eddie Chambers being 3, but that's a
I
decent
messed
list.
up because I took Derek. Derek messed me up off the
Yeah.
rip. Derek messed me up.
Champ, that was the last question, man. I thank you for coming on. As soon as it gets closer to the fight, we would love to get you on more so you could give out more, detailed ticket information and streaming information. But we did want to introduce you to our audience, and we appreciate you jumping on. Yeah, man, give out your social media until the next one.
So y'all can follow him on Instagram at Whopper Style KO. That's WOPPASTYLEKO. That's Whopper Style. Like, I don't know if anybody know the song Chopper Style. Remember back in the day. So I just took the C and turned it to a W. So Whopper Style KO. Facebook, Stephen Williams. TikTok, WOP KO. And yeah, that's all I be on.
All right, champ. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. Y'all have a good
All right,
night.
champ.
Good morning,
Have a
good
good night.
day. And thank you. I'll see
We
y'all next
locked
time.
in, man. We locked in. Don't forget to hit me
All
once
right.
everything's official with the fight.
All right, that's a bet. That's a bet. Thank you.
You got it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen Williams, a.k.a. WAP, a.k.a. the Trench Olympian. Check out his story. Stage 4 cancer, beat it. Coming from them tough streets of Philly and turned it around. Nah, got to get behind something like that, man. We should be getting Tamm Thibeault on the show, if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't even know. But she is the Canadian that was on the Lucas Body card. But she might be late.
Tamm Thibeault, Ali.
Yeah, Tamm Thibeault Ali. She's going to be taking on Mary Gasamasa. Yeah, Gasamasa. So hopefully she remembered our interview. If not, we'll reschedule. But this is Tamm, if you want to ask her a question. She is now signed to Matchroom Boxing. And this will be her, excuse me, MVP Boxing. This will be her second fight on MVP. Phone lines are open if you guys want to call in. And round one, yeah, man, I don't know if you know what we talking about or you need a update.
I've been watching the show. What do you want to talk about?
No. I mean, so give me your take, man. Do you think Turki Al-Sheikh is kind of extending an olive branch with this newfound information? It seems like Ring Magazine and Box Raw went to the gym of Gervonta Tank Davis to see Calvin Ford over at Upton Gym and give out a bunch of equipment to the neighborhood kids. Is this a way to soften that hardened heart of Tank and maybe get him to sit down and listen to an Al-Sheikh offer? Is this a potential, Riyadh season ambassadorship coming?
Well, I think that this story goes back. It goes back quite a ways, and it's a little deeper than this. I think this is a sense of loyalty, and I think they knew that they had one in Tank. He was a kind of kid that was raised up in the streets, and he was real loyal. I think that Tank is that kind of person that was, he's the one that spoke up in class and said, "Who's with me?" And nobody stood up with him, type shit. And he got himself in a situation with Turki. Then this power move that Turki's been doing, giving out gloves to the kids, everything. You're right. I think it's a tactic to try to get him to see business. There was a caller, one of your guys that called in. He said that African American boxing is hurting to the point where there's not a guy that can give us that kind of fight. Well, I think he's thinking a little bit too much in the box. I think we have more than one guy. The problem is that there's too many superstars. I think if they were to unite some of them on a card, they can do 1 million pay-per-view buys. But everybody wants to be the star. And I think that is what kind of hurts us, because we have great fighters. And I'm going to tell you right now, if we put together Tank Davis with whoever you choose, or we watch Teofimo Lopez actually fight Devin Haney, and I think if those kind of fights were on a card, we could help each other. So I don't think American boxing's technically dead. I think it's just too spread apart. Where these other guys are willing, or out there in the UK and other countries, they're willing to jump on these cards. And Turkey's tried that, as business. And I think Turkey's starting to realize either you love or hate Tank Davis. He's a part of boxing right now. He's in our era. You have to understand business, and that man has a ticket. But it's whether or not you want to do business with this person, but does this person want to take these fights? And it's hard to get these guys in the ring with each other. So I don't think that Turkey, he's been doing a lot of weird things, if you ask me, Ness. That phone call when he called in during the press conference for Berlanga, was that a power move to show that what man in the world can interrupt a press conference? How much power would you have to do that? Could anybody else do that? Could Bob Arum call in that press conference and make that guy put that phone to the microphone? Could he do that? Could any of them other guys do this? And I look at it a little different. So I see that the power move that Turkey's been doing lately, and I think he's going after Tank. It's a smart move. Whether or not Tank agrees to do business, and I think it's going to come down by the PBC, because they know that Tank's loyal to them. And all this thing everything's starting to crack. Everything's starting to break. Everybody's starting to see we might want to get on board with this money. What did William Skull get? $8 million for running around like that? That's, come on, and it was, Bob Arum said some shit, right? But you know how Bob Arum is. He doesn't have any hair on his tongue, and he's sitting there and he's talking about, if you're gonna pay for it, well, because Bob's gonna hate a little bit, right? But he has a point. These guys didn't fight with warrior spirit. They didn't fight with that drive. They already got the check kind of thing. And Bob's like, that deflates it a little. And I saw your little interview with Bill Haney too. I enjoyed it, watching Bill Haney, answer some of the tough questions about his son. My only scrutiny about it is that he's got to let the leash go. I think Bill Haney's too emotionally attached to Devin as a father. Really watching your son go out there and take those punches. And, as a dad, I'm not sure. I think that he's got to believe in Devin. He's the one that told Devin to fight this way, to do this, and I respect it. Congratulations on the victory. But I think that it's getting to a point where Bill might have to let his son be the man and the fighter that he wants to be. So we'll see. Time will tell.
All right. We got Modern King Boxing, $2. Like, subscribe, jingle please. Laughing out loud emoji. We got Leonard Sterling with the 5-pounder. TBB tweeted Tamm Thibeault at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Thibeault is 2-0. She fought Spence and Drelling. This will be her third fight with MVP. Yep. Our interview is for Monday. We can do 10:30. So she'll be on in a few more minutes. We got Woodface. Woodface, you gotta unmute.
Yo, yeah, man, I think this definitely is a peace offering. Because I know Tank, he used to even rock with Box Raw Heavy a lot back in the days. And so I think it's time for Tank to take the money, man. Honestly, I mean, I don't really like, I love boxing, but I don't really like how Turkey promotes the fights. It just doesn't feel the same. I don't know if you guys agree with me when PBC, Matchroom, or even Top Rank do it. So Tank is like the last superstar that hasn't had any affiliation with him. So we'll see what that does. And but we don't even know if Tank and Calvin are that tight anymore, because last time he didn't even make him the head trainer. So looking forward to see it. If it gets us that Shakur fight, honestly, that's the fight to make. And he puts some of these other lightweights and 140 pounders on the undercard, that would definitely do $1 million. Because we've seen anytime Tank fights with, when he did it with Ryan, that was still the highest pay-per-view in the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to it, man.
Where you from, champ? Where you calling in from?
San Diego.
Okay, San Diego. Nice.
Yep.
All right, brother. Appreciate you. If you guys want to call in, we got Discord available. X Spaces also available. Don't forget, we're going to be having on the show Tamm Thibeault. So if you want to ask her a question, all you need to do is head on over to our Patreon page and drop her a question. That's simple. We'll read it and let her know it was you that actually asked her that question, right? So phone lines are open. Discord is available. X Space is available. We got Pat Bandero.
Que la que hay, mi gente.
Yes.
Yeah, sí.
Hey, round one. Nice to see you, bro.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Ness.
Yo.
Don't let that man go, man. Don't let that
Bro,
man
he
go.
don't even answer his
You need
texts,
him.
bro. I've been texting him for 3 days. I texted
Ness,
him this
I've been
morning.
sick in bed. I've been so sick, Ness, bro. You don't even know.
Look. I'm sick. Oh, I see a text.
Yo,
Ness, hey,
stop.
Ness was Ness was sick too.
Mira. Hasta hoy, none of my things are answered. None of them.
No
Man,
problem,
I
man.
left
Anyway,
that phone
bro,
alone.
it's
brother.
good to see you, man. It's good to see you round one.
Yeah, man.
Really good to see you. With regards to the Turkey, trying to get the Tank in. As I said, I like what Turkey's doing. My only problem is, and I feel like when people get involved with Turkey, they just get in to get the money and get out, like a robbery. That's what happened in that New York night. If that's how it felt like, and even because I like Devin Haney and Bill, but even Bill said we just got in, got the money, got out. He didn't say that, Ness.
What do you mean he got
The
the money,
interview.
got out?
It's just because like people were saying, like, oh yeah, we wanted Devin to be a bit more like have like a bit more exciting fight. But Bill said like, we had a game plan. We just got in, get our win, and waiting for the Ryan's fight. So what I feel like, Tank is a knockout artist, and I'm just worried that he just going to to collaborate with Turkey, get his money without giving like an exciting fight and get out. This is what I'm worried. Obviously, what Turkey is trying to do is is good for boxing. It's just the fighter needs to also a bite to it. That's where the line is. Like, people need to keep the hunger, and But yeah, what Turkey is doing, trying to get Tank in, we can't complain about that. It's just more what the fighter is gonna also bring to it. You know what I'm saying? This is where the concern is for me. The plan is right. The plan is good. But that's what I want to say, bro. I just want to check in and just say hi to round one. And bienvenido otra vez.
Thank you. Espérate un momentito. Yo, I was just sitting here thinking about what you were saying, right? About the Turkey thing, and maybe he can implement in the contracts, like, okay, I'm gonna give you 20 million for this fight, but you only get 3 million if you don't meet certain quotas. Like, give them incentive to get the full 20. You see what I'm saying? Be like, right, like make them want to fight. Like, if you produce a knockdown or even 2, you get these bonuses, and then we get you put it. Just don't give them the whole bag at front. I'm just sitting here.
I know what
thinking,
you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Right.
To an incentive.
Right. Right. So I'm just
it's a. I also felt about something like that, but is how difficult is it to do with the money that they gain? Like that's it's kind of hard. I think that would be really really hard to negotiate. You know what I'm saying? That's how I
Well,
feel. It would be really really hard for Turkey to negotiate because. But
oh,
yeah, it's if it's for me, that's a really good idea. If it's for me,
right. One of the negotiation would be if you fumble the bag like Ryan, you lose. You definitely don't get that top dollar. So one of the things you would have to win. If you can win by a stoppage, that's another bonus. If you go to the
yeah, kind of a
scorecards,
bonus thing. Yeah.
yeah, like things like that. And then like Branson, I'm not Turkey here, but and to the point that you were making too about his fights, right? I'm not sure if I'm the only person that feels this way, but doesn't it feel like a rich dude just sitting there hosting fights for him and a bunch of his friends? Like,
Yeah, in New York, that's what I felt like in New York for
that's
sure.
what I felt like.
But
Yeah.
that's the culture. But that's my call. I'm gonna have to let people go. So
All right,
All right.
champ, you the man.
All right, champ, you the man.
Looks like we got Philly Rican.
What it do, Ness? What it do, Edwin? Round one.
What it do,
champ?
baby?
Good morning.
Good morning. We early with it. Hey, man, I love
Yeah.
that idea. That's the same idea I had the other day. I just didn't bring it up. But for sure, Turkey, in order for him not to get robbed, he needs to make contracts. If you win by knockout, you get the full bonus. If you win by decision, you only get a certain amount. If you lose the fight, you only get like 3 million. Like we're overpaying fighters, man. We shouldn't be doing that. It's messing up the sport. And if you give them incentives or bonuses for knockouts and things like that, they're gonna look for the knockout. They're gonna want to feed their family because that's what the sport was about. I mean, look at Victor Ortiz story, right? He said he had to fight to feed his family. You know what I'm saying? And that's the story for a lot of these fighters. You know what I mean? So I think that was a great idea. That's something that should definitely be implemented in boxing. This whole Turkey telling fighters, "Oh, I have another fight for you, so sign for this one, and I'll pay you this amount." That doesn't work, man. That's terrible, man. Um, over the weekend, I just want to say, shout out to Fernando Vargas. He's calling out everybody at 154. He won by knockout.
He called out
Improving his
Callum
record to
Walsh. I wonder how that's gonna work out.
yeah, he called out Fundora too and Zayas. He called out everybody, man. But that makes it interesting and that makes it very exciting for the 154. We're gonna get good fights at that weight class. So I can't wait for that, man. It's gonna be very interesting and exciting for us to watch as fans and as spectators. But that's pretty much my call, man. Shout out to the community. Shout out to the Boxing Voice, the best boxing podcast. Ness, you're the number one hustler. You know what I'm saying? Like you get the damn interviews. You get everything, man. You get everything, and you put in work, man. You put in these hours, bro. We appreciate you, bro. Thanks.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. If you're
What's up?
watching this on YouTube or X live streaming video, maybe you're on X Spaces. Doesn't really matter. Whichever platform you're on, if there's a ability to share, I need you to do that, man. We're trying to grow. We want to be able to get every interview possible. We really can't do that without being the most popular, right? These fighters, they want to be on a platform that has the pulse of the streets. So we need that, man. So if you haven't already shared, that's what I need you to do. Subscribing, that's cool. Everything else is cool, but really sharing the show is what's going to cause a chain reaction and help this show grow. Simultaneously, it'll find us new callers, new people to participate, even potentially new fighters for our amateur events that we hold. We got Rel on a check-in.
Oh shit. Yo, Ness, I'm back. You can hear me?
Yup.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Like I said,
Here we go, somebody trying to force themselves on somebody again, bro. Why is Turkey? It sounds like some bad. Yo, this shit don't seem a little weird. What he doing? Yeah,
Sending
y'all
a
don't see
sending
it.
an olive branch? No, it don't seem weird. It seems like he
Yo,
trying to make
bro,
these good fights.
Ness, this shit seem like all right, we open the tri-state. That's like you telling me, yo, I'm not doing no business with you, or yo, you gotta do this to do business with me. Then I go around your homie or your best friend, put my arm around him and be like, yo, you know what? Yeah, I'm about to give him the money since you ain't wanna. That shit seem real. Like, come on, Calvin is the
Bro, he
trainer,
helping
and
the
it's not
neighborhood,
wrong.
man.
Yo, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it seemed facetious, bro. It seemed like he got like some innuendo shit going on with Turkey. That's why I don't really like him. Cause the way he do business ain't the way we do business out here. In his culture, it looks like he like the prince, and he gets whatever he wants. And when he don't get it, he just try to throw as much money as he can at something so they could go in there and run around like Devin did last time. Like, bro, if you're gonna do a negotiation, negotiate for real. Stop with this. Oh, I'm gonna send a peace offering to Calvin and just to get his attention. Yo, go to the table like a man. He said 3 Ferraris, right? But you gonna pay him $20 million, and 3 Ferraris ain't even equivalent to $2-3 million. You know what I'm saying? If you really wanted that man to fight in Riyadh, you know what you had to do. You know what you had to do. He said it on a little Yachty interview. He's like, yo, if they want me over there, they know what they got to do. You lacing up Canelo, you lacing up Crawford. You know what I mean? You giving money to Ryan. I mean,
All
whatever
right,
was
but that's what I'm
reported, you
saying.
gave money
You
to
not
Ryan.
looking at it like maybe maybe he already did what he got to do in this part of it. Maybe he already sent
Come
them more
on,
than the Ferraris, and he also laced in the gym.
Come on. That shit seems like some back. Come on, you know what this is, bro.
To
This is
me
like some shit.
is a peace offering. To me is an olive branch, man. I can't believe to you this is some shady business. This is crazy.
It is. Yo, it is because I seen when he can't get his way, the way he act and the way he throw money at shit. That's how I seen right now. He can't get Tank, so what he gonna try to do is throw the money in the community on Calvin or whatever. But that's really not gonna force Tank to fight you, bro. That's not gonna force Tank to fight with you in Riyadh. You know what he said on the pot. Yo,
But
how about you go to him?
it's gonna give Tank like an impression like, okay, this dude, he alright. You know, he just blessed everybody in my hood. He alright.
What? Or come on, Matt. You know Tank Monster. Or Tank gonna say, "Yo, what the fuck he think? Giving us a little bit of money gonna make us fucking twerk like we strippers? Come on, we're not. Yo, bro, this is not a little bit of money. Not even say a little bit of money, but a little bit of shit ain't gonna move somebody like that, bro. Especially Tank that's getting money what he's doing already. You know what I mean? He's doing what he's doing, making money. He don't really sit there and necessarily need Turkey. Now, I want to see the fight with Shakur, but I feel like Turkey could go about it, you know what I mean, a different way.
Alright,
That
champ.
was 3 minutes?
Yeah,
Say
man.
less, say less.
It was 3 minutes, but you cooked, man. You did cook.
Well,
Uh-oh.
you look at this Tank Davis situation, right? And he's talking about Tank Davis making money and stuff, and Turkey not getting his way, looking like a spoiled billionaire, just throwing monies at all the problems. Or you can look at it as a business endeavor, right? Okay, Tank's making a couple bucks. What did he make his last fight? How much? I know he ain't topping the Ford's list anymore. So you could stop all that about that kind of money. And if Turkey's coming in and trying to get you to see what your max potential is, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with cashing in on your max potential? You're the one going in there getting punched in the face. I don't think this is about pride. I think this is about the end game. You better think about when it's all said and done and you ain't throwing no more punches. What do you do with life after boxing? One of those Saul Canelo Alvarez checks looks real good, but I would want the fights to be exciting. That's up to Tank, man.
I got a live poll going here. I don't know if you voted, Edwin. Will Tank Davis accept Turkey's peace offering for Riyadh season? 41% say yes, he'll take the deal. 21% says no, anti-Saudi stance. 35% say maybe, depends on the offer. 3% say yes, he needs Ford back. Ford being Calvin Ford. Al in the Bay. What do you say? If you haven't already voted on the poll, go ahead and do so. You know that's free to do. While you're there, smash the thumbs up, drop a comment, like, subscribe. Join the Patreon today. What up?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Bay Area.
Um, man, I just think Turkey just trying to do whatever he gotta do to get Tank on his cards. Maybe it's just or either it's just something that Turkey feel like he should do. Um, but either way it goes, there's a benefit for the kids. So even though he don't get Tank, he's still doing a benefit, a service for the community. And all the community members on here, all the uh, people who listen to the boxing voice, should understand that, especially if you're in the inner cities, because sometimes this boxing equipment is very expensive. Um, So just kind of like showing him that he cares uh, goes a long way. Uh, Turkey's doing Turk. You feel me? So, uh, you know, uh, I used to have somebody that says, their people's value is how much how much somebody else is willing to pay you. So we might not think their value is high, but obviously they getting paid that much money, so somebody think their value is high. Um, that's on them. Uh, you know, uh, but I still don't think if he do get Tank, I don't think he's Tank willing to fight the top dogs of his division. I feel like he's still doing Tank. Because we seen this story before. He was with Floyd Mayweather. Then Floyd Mayweather wanted him to fight the top dog. Then now you feel me? Then he want to kind of separate himself from Floyd. But before then, he was all good with Floyd. But then Floyd was trying to push him to fight the top dog, and then he had a problem with Floyd. And so I just think that's just who he is. You feel me? He not willing to do it, as long as he's willing to get the bread to fight whoever he wants to fight, uh, you know, that's who he gonna fight. Only way he's gonna fight somebody different is they force him and they back him into a corner and says, okay, well, you're gonna have to fight this guy. There's nobody else on the list. There's nobody else to pull up. There's nobody else to bring down. This is the only guy that we have for you. But PBC, they're not going to do that because that's their cash cow. So,
All right, champ, that's the
um,
bell, man. You love punching under the bell effortlessly. James Bonitas, what up?
Yo, what's up, Ness? You hear me?
Yep.
Yo, what's up, round one? How you doing this morning,
What's
man?
up, brother?
God bless you. Ain't shit, just
God
another
bless you
day,
too.
another day. Yeah, man. Nah, it just seems like Turkey's life purpose is just to take away shit from Jake Paul right now. So he already took away the Canelo fight from him and everything that was going to be expected to be a good movie and probably better promoted and also more entertaining and bring up up-and-coming stars that Jake Paul does and everything. To also take away the Tank Davis Jake Paul event that's expected to be in November. What's his issue with Jake, man? Like, Jake is so good for the sport. Like, Turkey to me, since he came to the sport, he just seemed like a fucking bully. He's a fucking liar. He came into sports saying he was on his damn deathbed and shit, and now all of a sudden he's just moving niggas like pawns and shit in these streets and think everybody needs to jump. So I think that little gift or whatever he's trying to send to Coach Calvin, fuck it, that's not gonna make them sit in the room. Tank's his own man. Tank's gonna move how he wanna do, and I mean, like, let's be real here, like, you think Shakur's really gonna be ready immediately in November or whatever, or even later this year after he fights Thibeault with his hand issues? You know, and I'm a Shakur fan. I think he's gonna need
Remember
more
that
time.
Shakur went to that doctor, man, so he got no hand issues. He's goody good.
Oh, okay. We'll see after the fight. We'll see if he keeps that same energy after the fight, which I hope he does. But if he doesn't, you know, like Turkey needs to stop meddling and everything, man. You know, he needs to go ahead and take time, try to build a genuine relationship with Tank Davis and PBC, and go ahead and get the fight the right way. But you know, I guess Turkey out of Sheikh is similar to you, man. Like Turkey out of Ness, you know, like how you try to move the border wars community like pawns and shit to get these fights you want to, or build fake stars like the El Lobos of the world, or even like protect fighters or even potential fighters like the Cliffs and shit, which is embarrassing to
Yo,
me.
you shameless,
I get
man.
it.
You
What you
shameless,
mean,
bro.
bro?
You come on
Not
here and you
shameless.
talk about people and my dude, you got stopped and you ducked Supermax. Like what the
I didn't
fuck?
stop him.
If I was you, I wouldn't
didn't
even
duck him.
bring up fucking Border Wars,
Hey,
bro. The
hey,
world
bro.
wanted to see you fight Max,
Hey,
and
bro.
you talking about your
No,
heart ain't in it. The
It wasn't
fuck?
in it, bro. Like, why? Then why you ain't fight him then?
Bro,
Why
why
you
is
ain't fight him then, bro?
I'm 40-some years old. I'm retired, and
I'm old too.
it's not even part of the rules. You are within age.
Oh Lord.
You lied about your age not to fight that man.
How did I lie about my age when you have my official
By
transcript,
not
man?
telling the
How did I lie?
motherfucking truth. By letting everybody believe
Get the
that you
fuck out of here. You
was too
serious?
old to fight
So
him.
you got my name, you damn near got my social,
Hey, bro,
you
I
got
don't
my
even know how
weight,
you
you got
do it.
all this.
I love it
How the
though.
fuck?
I love that you
Man,
like to
hey,
be
Ness,
like
shout out
you
to you,
like to
man.
make people
Shout out
laugh
to you,
because you
Ness.
crazy. I don't know. You
Nah,
duck
no,
Supermax.
man. Whatever, Ness, man. Whatever. Neither here nor there, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to Tip, man. That was a good interview on the Hangout spot. You know,
You and
spin off of
Quest,
TBV. If y'all ain't missed it yesterday,
y'all need each other. You and Quest. That's in my. He was talking about people.
he
Y'all
needs
ain't
me.
even in
He
border
needs
wars
me. He
talking
needs me.
about people. Y'all need each other. Y'all need each other. Y'all do the
Nah.
same thing.
Quest need me. Quest need me. He trying to get his name off of me by calling my name, but that's neither here nor there again. But Ness, man, end of the day, I had a good morning workout. About to have another good workout after I get off of work later. And I can't wait to show you that I'm actually really working and actually still working on this weight loss journey. But as always, shout out to you, shout out to the community as always. And if y'all missed Tip's interview last night, it was a good one. So check it out and everything.
More duck talk going on over there. Listen, man, you ain't fighting Max. You need to handle Cliff fees, man. Cliff looking for some help. Cliff done signed up. Cliff done got his book. He got the physical schedule with the doctor. You know, he still can't guarantee it because obviously finances is an issue. But if the community step up, Cliff will step up to the plate. He listed at 195. He listed at 195 in the Conquer Club app, man. So just know, if y'all want to fight Cliff and y'all want to see Cliff fight, so it's like, if you want to fight Cliff, sign your ass up. And if y'all want to see Cliff fight, help that man out. Help that man out. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of help for a little bit of entertainment. You would be paying $80, $90 for a pay-per-view that you don't even really want to see. At least you really want to see somebody either put hands on Cliff or Cliff put hands on them. You know that. You know that. This for show entertainment. For show.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Hangout spot. I couldn't call in because I was busy, but it was a great interview. That nigga Ness tapped in, Two-Tone tapped in. The shit was dope, man. Shout out to Tip. Hey, but for real, reason why I called, man, I'm getting tired of that nigga. I don't even know his name, but is getting on my fucking nerves. It's been like a year. We are tired of hearing you say over and over and over and over again. Even my son getting tired of that shit. You make it sound like we stupid over here. I don't even want to say your name, but quit saying that shit. Say something else, nigga. Say something else. And it's on. Like, we are tired of hearing that shit. Everybody in the chat know goddamn well we hate when you fucking call because you're going to say that shit over and over and over again. My nigga, you getting on my fucking nerves. Please, stop that shit. CYP out.
I see how it was YP was. Yo, that's crazy. He said, say it again. Say it one more time. Just say it one more time. Yo, I feel it. I dig it. Hey man, you
My
know?
bad. I didn't know I had my mic muted. Excuse me. That's from Friday After Next, right? That's Pinky, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's Pinky.
Yeah, that Jerry
That's
curl.
Pinky.
That Jerry curl was serious. Let your soul glow. Now that was a serious Jerry curl.
Yeah.
Listen, we still taking callers. We want your take on the Riyadh season ambassadorship and what stakes you think are on the line for this, you know. Discord is available. X Space is also available. Let me catch up here. Quick reminder, we have a poll going on. Will Tank Davis accept Turkey peace offer for a Riyadh season ambassadorship sponsorship?
Let us know what you think about that. And hit that poll up. I went and I put in my I want to see how this post ends up. I'm not gonna say where I'm at right now, but you probably already know.
Oh, I
But
can't tell. I can't tell who individually votes on what. But the chat summary via AI says viewers are discussing a boxing match and the callers on the show. They are commenting on the caller's vocabulary, suggesting alternative phrases. Okay, so we still talking about Al in the Bay. We got Matt with the $2 super chat, and he says, shout out Ness. Did they mention any news for Nello Bud? Who is they? $10. It's Tito Vos. I love the bonus idea, but you'd have to be the only show in town to be able to do that. He's talking about your idea, right, with the bonuses of the purse. I like that too, man. I like okay, look, depending how you fight, and make it transparent, right? Like, yo,
Right.
if you fight like this, you get this. If you fight like this, you get this. And it's simple. It's like we offering you $3 million, but if you put up this type of performance, you getting 1.5. You put up this, you getting the whole 3.
It's kind of
and shit,
like
you get the knockout, we might throw you a $500,000 more.
Here we go. Now, but it's kind of like an NFL contract, right? You see these athletes sign these things, but inside their contracts are incentives. You got to get so many tackles. You got to run the ball for so long, or to get all these other, to meet your quota. Okay, in a boxing match let's just start by rule number 1. Don't lose the fight. If we're paying you to, right. So
well, that's not true because remember, Devin Haney took that approach and people didn't like it, right? He went for the winners a win. People said, no, that's too boring.
Okay, but wait. We're gonna break it down, right? Because now you can try to do that and take the win is the win, right? Saul Canelo Alvarez did it, right? Okay. But in there, you won't get top dollar because in the middle, there's also incentives. In the way you if you were awarded more rounds forward aggression, if by the judges' standards on the scorecard say you were the more forward aggressor or that you threw the more punches out of the 2 people, that's another bonus.
Yeah, I don't want to go with aggression, and I know this isn't like written in law, but just to give us dialogue and conversation, like Harold Letterman used to score like that, like the come forward aggressor always would get the nod in his eyes, but sometimes you could be coming forward not being effectively aggressive, right? Like, yes, you're pushing the pace. Like, I thought Villa lost to Rashidi Ellis. I know I'm in the minority, and maybe that's a bad example, but that's the example that I would use when I say ineffective aggression. To me, Villa was coming forward, but he wasn't landing aggressively or effectively. Like, you
I
know what
would
I
use
mean?
Teofimo Lopez versus Jermaine Ortiz. He was coming
Ooh.
forward. He was given
Who'd
the
you thought
award.
won? Because I
I
don't know
thought
that I thought Jermaine won, but I thought Jermaine definitely did really good.
Yeah, well, I thought he got the some of the cleaner shots. I think that his time was far in between for himself, but Teal's forward aggression apparently won him the fight.
But in your
But I don't
eyes,
think
was that enough? Because, some
no.
boxing fans that like boxers thought Jermaine outboxed them.
Yeah, I felt he did. And okay. Now, there's a lot of things to break down here, and I'm just spitballing here, right? And I implemented the forward aggression, but we can leave that out. Maybe one of the incentives can be who throws the more punches or whatever, or who won the most rounds. Okay, if I won the majority of the rounds, that's another thing on my side, which proves I was there to fight. I was there to give you a show. Now, you can't always go into the thing saying you got to score a knockout, because that's not fair. Not everybody can knock everybody out, but you can obviously see that your heart was on full display, and you should be awarded when you know that all the fans in the stands are cheering. So you gave a good night and a good account of yourself. So there's things to be broken down, yeah, but I think that just giving the fighters the money up front, kind of, they're like, shit, all I gotta do is just not lose. Bill Haney alluded to it. I didn't want to fumble the bag. My eyes were on a different prize, the Ryan Devin Haney 2. And then some people might take that distasteful and say, well, did you play it safe or whatever? But, there's just a lot of factors. One of these things where what William Skoll did with Saul Canelo Alvarez, they thought that it was excessive, that we should make a law. Somebody, I forgot who said it, somewhere said we should call it the Rigamandel rule, where that you can't run.
Damn, that's nasty. I love Rigondeaux. Let me slide in some super chats here.
Yeah.
Damn, the Rigondeaux rule, that's crazy. Listen, I didn't think his performance versus Nonito Donaire was boring at all. I think he did a fantastic job. I got TBIRL $2. Get hood politics out of boxing. Darius Flowers, $5. This can be him fixing his personal relationship, or Tank and Calvin's relationship, or looking for the next Tank from the area. Either way, all positive. 51 months on the prospect level. Salute B Dog. He says, should be a base base minimum salary with performance incentives is what he meant to say, but might be driving, so I filled in those blanks. I like that. Wow. I mean, that would mean that we would need a total reset, but that is good. Like, imagine everybody got paid $250,000. But if you get a knockout, you get the $1 million. If you did an 8-4, you get 500,000. You did 9-3, you get 600 and 750. You did 10-2, you get 800. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. I like that incentive shit. And you just put it there. It's not fight by fight. It's on black and white. Bro, you 8-4 motherfucker on 3 scorecards, you getting paid this.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that works. H-Town, $2. Tank is a Muslim. He'll support his Muslim brother, Turkey emoji. Keenan, $5. The whole point of Tank not going over has been because he don't want that smoke. 2 money bag emojis was never the issue. He afraid to lose, quote unquote. They going over there to lose, end quote. Tommy Davis, $2. Turk, just prove money don't make good fights. SDX Renzi, what up? I need that soundbite. Where the producer at? It's been a long time. Right there. That's all I need, Brandon. It's been a long time. I think it's from Timberland and Aaliyah. Step two. We're just gonna cut it right
Hey,
there.
good morning, Ness. Good morning, round one, man. Shout out
Salute to
TBV.
you.
Shout out TBX and all my constituents, man. I just want to say, Ness, and I said this before. I said this when Turkey even came on the scene, and everybody deemed him the next great Al Heyman, and the savior of boxing. When we was hyping Turkey up, all it takes is them two Ferraris, man. It ain't hard, and anything outside of that is him doing whatever he want to do to make himself look like a good man. So he know he ain't getting tanked without the two Ferraris, and I ain't even gonna drag that too much. As far as all these incentives on these fighters and stuff, I honestly don't think it'll change anything these fighters do. That way that it works is already kind of drafted up in the UFC, and those people they get a little bit better performance, but after all, once you become a certain type of fighter, you just gonna say, hey, still, I ain't fighting regardless if the money ain't there. And one thing that's different about boxing from UFC is that they can't make these fighters fight. You feel me? So it's like if you can't force them to get in the ring, then they still just not gonna take the fights. All we need to do in the boxing community is like they say all the time. I think even you said, Ness, if we can appreciate the fights we get, don't down a fighter after they lose one time. The fighters will feel more comfortable about actually going in there and trying to perform the best they can. And then that will help us get better fights. If every fight is like, okay, at least they getting in there and fight compared to us downing the fighters, talking shit about who they fight and all this. The community is really what's making the fighters not fight because they feel like, oh, if I do this, then they ain't gonna like it or I say this, Ness, in comparison, this like you, as from a fighter's perspective, you've built your platform up to where you in a position now to where you can, if somebody say, hey, Ness, we want you to come be on our show or come do this or come host that, you can charge your price because you've made yourself be in a position where your price is your price. Somebody can't tell you, oh, well, just because you're a boxing podcast and you're not with a network, we're not going to pay your price because you don't have a network. No, fuck that. My price is my price because of my community and wherever I've gotten to. If we start tearing them fighters down and say, oh, you don't deserve $1 million, who the fuck are you when you not getting in the ring? You ain't taking punches to the face. So you can't tell me, oh, I don't deserve what I deserve because you feel that way. No way.
Hey, man.
But that's just my opinion, man. Shout out TBV.
Fantastic call. Talk to me.
Well, I think what he's alluding to is that who are we to tell these fighters what they're worth? And I get his point, but he didn't see what we were saying. The money would be there. The money that he's saying, oh, let's say we're gonna give this guy $20 million. But what we're saying is, let's break the $20 million up in contract wages. So you'd still be offered the same amount, 20 million, but you're gonna have to earn it. So that way both parties are satisfied. One party doesn't feel like they got ripped off and the guy ran around the ring all night and cashed in on a paycheck, and you didn't help my situation as a boxing promoter. You, in fact, hurted it because now you got the world criticizing me for putting on that kind of fight. So your performance also rocks with my name. So if I'm paying this much money, damn it, let's both get a little bit in surety that we both get what we want. I'm hiring you as a superstar to perform. I'm a businessman. I'm not a boxer. I'm thinking like Turki Al-Sheikh. And when he's alluding like, who are we not to tell these fighters what they're not worth? I think what he didn't understand was we were saying, yes, it's the same $10 million. Whatever fighter, whatever it was, say that, yeah, I'll give you this fight for $10 million. This is why it works here versus the UFC. The UFC already started you off at 15,000. They want you to knock somebody out for 50 grand. That's a big incentive. But in the boxing world, when we negotiate the price of the fight, the 10 million is the 10 million. I'm just saying you're gonna have to earn some of this. You're gonna have to show up. Make sure that I'm giving the fans my money because my name's on this product too as well.
Let me get to Quest. What it do? The best. Quest the best.
Yo,
Yo.
what's up?
What
What's
up?
up, Ness?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, man. What's up, round one? My
What's
boy,
up?
round one in the building. Hey, man, I'm rocking with you, round one. Fuck all these people out here saying team tone or team this. Man, we team ourselves at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna be us in the grave at the when our time go. But man. All right, Ness. How the fuck is me and James meant for each other, bro? Like I get it. You know,
Cause y'all
James
both do the
like to
same
talk shit.
thing. Y'all both call in talking about other people and they border wars status or issues when y'all got your own. It's like, bro, if I'm doing the same thing, I'm not about to highlight what someone else is doing because I'm doing that shit. Y'all weird for that.
Yeah, man.
Like
The
if
thing
you
is,
ain't
Ness,
gonna fight, you can't talk about Cliff not fighting or whoever that is. Like and if you ain't gonna, be there, you can't talk about the next man not showing up. It's just simple, normal things. Like I don't get y'all.
Ness, I ain't say I won't gonna fight. You know what I'm saying?
My
I never
guy,
even brought James.
my
I
guy,
never
we
even
we
brought
we
James'
like two
name up.
months out. We like 2 months out, maybe 2.5. What you mean? You ain't say
The
you
thing
ain't gonna
is, Ness,
fight. When you gonna say you are gonna fight then? Because what you do is call in to tell us about other people that are fighting, that have
all
fought.
right, okay, all right, okay. You got your point. You got a point. I'm gonna start with this point. The thing is, Ness, I never call in and talk about James. James, um, Tone, he brought it up to me. I don't say nothing about James. I don't even want to be associated with that dumbass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in groups and conversations with just certain niggas. And James one of them niggas, you know? Just don't put me in conversation with them dudes. Like a James. And everybody else cool. Everybody else cool, but just that nigga right there in particular. You know, he like to talk shit about me and Cliff. You know, he goes in there and he got beat up. You know, he going through his life crisis or whatever. Just because you got your ass whooped don't mean you can shit on everybody else's dreams. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
Like,
I'm
come on,
saying.
bro. But I
That's what
say we
I'm
saying the same
saying.
thing. So,
Except
but
that
we
when
saying the
you
same
be
thing there.
saying it, you also ain't done it either. So you got to be careful of being critical.
I'm
Like,
not too
like
critical. I come
everybody,
in here.
everybody
I
got something
say,
to say about CYP, but he got in there. He got in
yeah,
there.
facts. And that's why I don't shit on CYP. Who the fuck is James? James out here saying I'm trying to clout chase this. Nigga, if I wanted to clout chase, I'll be calling out CYP. I'll be calling out niggas that's actually known, that's actually niggas in the what's the name in the community. James ain't really nobody in the community. Who is he? Just a nigga that ducks on duck Max. And then now we all. I'm not upset about him ducking Max.
That's
He can go do
wild,
whatever he
man.
want.
That's wild that James let his name get to that. Like now, that's what he known for, ducking man. He used to be such a
Hey man,
good
it's the
name in the
truth.
community too. His name used to be
It's the truth.
James.
Shout out.
Hey yo, his name used to be James from Huntsville, Alabama. Then it went to James from Atlanta. Then it went to like, oh, we met James at Atlanta and at the fights. And then it's like James at the events. Then it's like James cool as hell. Then it's like James the ladies man. Now you at James the duck. That's
Yeah,
wild.
it's
That's too
yeah.
many
Stuff can change just
variations,
like
man.
that. Hey, don't got a counter though, Ness. Don't got. Didn't Cliff send me a counter? Shout out to Cliff.
If that's what he said, that's what you got.
I'm gonna burn real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and burn. But yeah, Ness. I'm not trying to associate myself with James. I try not to say the dude name. You know, whenever I come on the call, y'all bring dude up. Fuck, I'm not worried about James. You know, I keep saying it. I sound like a broken record. I'm not worried about James. But let me talk about Tip. Tip, man, I fuck with you, Tip, bro. But this Lobo nigga, man, he looking like he's serious. I watched the whole interview last night, and Lobo, man, everything Tip had, he had a little counter to combat what Tip said. You know, I want to see this fight. I like Lobo, and I like Tip. I like both these dudes. But Lobo, man, he been in that gym, man, and I think Tip. I like to believe that he been in there too. But I just got to see the work, man. I'm rocking with Tip, but I'm kind of being biased at this point. You know, Lobo, he's a good fighter. They both good fighters. Ness, you on your Eddie Hearn shit. I rock with it. Good interview from Johnny. And yeah, man, round one, you still up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, round one. Let me talk to you, man. Don't let this
Yeah,
nigga
brother.
Tone bully you, man. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on, man.
Tone,
Leave that shit alone, bro. Nobody ain't even talking about
We
that.
good, baby.
Net, I'm just letting round one know, cause like Tone a big dude, you know what I'm saying? And he think cause he big, he like to bully niggas. I know niggas like Tone. Tone ain't he one of them niggas like the bully niggas and troll, you know. People out here saying, I'm team Tone, I'm team this. Like, come on, y'all niggas is grown men saying y'all team whoever. Stop being team this. You know? I want to get on John about that shit. Y'all gotta stop picking chives and shooting sides and stuff. Y'all gotta be grown men, you know? Just like James. He wanna pick and choose sides and stuff. He TBX and now he not TBX. We don't even know what the fuck James is. Shout out Vega. I see his little promotion. You know, I don't like Vega like that, but he doing his thing promoting. But yeah, I heard what CYP said about Al. Yeah, Al in the Bay, he be saying that what it is or whatever a couple times. But like you said, Ness, dudes in the community like to shit on people, and some of these dudes don't even call in. I'm not talking about CYP, but some people in the chat, they be talking shit about people calls and stuff. They don't even call in the show. Like, if you can talk shit about somebody call, at least call in and like talk about it. Don't shit on this call in the comments. But
That's what I be saying.
yeah, man,
It's like you don't even call in, but you talking about the caller they called in. It's terrible, bro.
That's a fact. Yeah, man, everybody want to put their 2 cents in the stuff. But yeah, round one. Fuck the two-tone fan club boys out here trying to ride on two-tone. You know, you're the new guy. You always gonna catch slack. Keep putting out them good takes, man. We hear you round one. But shout out the Boxing Boys. I'm gonna go ahead, man. I'm out.
You got another counterpunch from Renaissance Dad. I just wanted to break it up a little bit. Instead of giving you 3 straight, I got another person right here. My man, Bandalorian. But whenever you ready, Quest, you got that from Renaissance Dad.
Man, I'm like you, Ness. Plus, your ass feeling crazy, man. I'm with you, Ness. Leave that shit alone. We ain't trying to hear none of that shit, man. Let round one of them do their thing, man. We having a good show. Don't bring no negativity to it. But anyway, how y'all doing, Ness? What up with you, round one? How you living, my brother?
Salute, brother.
All good.
All good.
Hey, so I kind of agree with what you were saying, round one. Like when you were talking about a couple callers ago, because I know you, round one. You watch a lot of other sports. See, Ness don't. See, the thing is, Ness, I think in NFL, like round one was talking about, they literally the only major sports organization where they don't have like a complete contract. Like MLB, NBA, NHL, all them, if they getting paid 5 years, 200 mil, no matter what, they making that 5 years 200 mil, whether they get injured or anything. Then on top of that, they can still get some incentives too. So I'm like, it's definitely possible, but like bro said a couple calls ago, it kind of is kind of touchy though, because like so many fighters done made so much money now. You know what I mean? Because I'm with you, round one. I don't feel like that's a bad idea, especially because it's like we won't get what we expected. Because even like Nestor saying when Bill Haney was on here, and he was like, with people tripping on Devin, but shit, he got the job done. And I'm like, that's true. Because I'm like, it was just like, yeah, he did look like Gucci boxing. He literally just saying that his hands go that much. And it's like, as far as we know, he wasn't hurt or nothing like that. Like if he was injured or something, everybody trip on fighters, but we can't trip on them because then they don't get in the ring, then people be selling out and shit like that. So, I can't trip on them for stuff like that, but I would think they shouldn't punish the fighter who got the job done and the one who didn't, Like, granted, we don't really care for Devin and Ryan at the very moment, but I feel like you can't punish Devin and say, like, and then using this just as an example. If there was a fight next, I feel like whatever Devin was promised, you got to pay him. And I feel like whatever Ryan was promised, like you said, round one, I feel like you be like, okay, Ryan, if we guarantee you to fight Devin for 30 mil, shit, we going to give your ass 10 mil. And then this how we going to do it for you to get the other fucking 20 mil, That's just the only way I feel like that should have worked, because even when Rolly was talking about that shit like them weeks back, and he was talking about the whatever it is, the money and all that, I don't feel like it's the money. I completely agree with y'all, with you messing around with it's the plans. It's them damn plans. Like motherfucker, like look, no matter what, long as you beat this person, if you get to this next fight, we guarantee you 50 mil. See, that shit ain't it, because them boys ain't got that hunger to get through that fight that's in front of them. You know what I mean? You got some of them that do, and then you got some that don't. So it is interesting though, because it do seem like when they guarantee them, it's either or, either they gonna shit or they gonna get off the pot. It's like Edgar was saying about Shiraz. He was like, I don't even feel like he really want to fight me. He was like, I feel like they just forcing it on him and telling him this the only fight because we certain that you could beat Edgar, but then also if you do beat him, then you can get the Canelo fight. So it's like I don't know. I don't really feel like that is good, and I don't feel like they should move like that because, like I said, it just uncertainty, And I know that's just what comes with the sport of boxing, but I don't feel like it should always be that way. But I'm hoping that shit gonna get better. And I voted on your thing next because remember, like we was all talking about it a couple of days back. I feel like I put it depends, like on your poll, because like I said, if Brandon they'll have to wait. Like Shakur B Zapata, it'd have been cool if Tank had fought like a week before him or some shit like that or whatever. So then Turkey he'll do his fucking Vince McMahon thing and get in the ring, turn around like it's the goddamn Price is Right, and goddamn you'll see 3 Lambos with a G, a T, and a D on them and all this shit, and then he'll be like, Tank,
Yo, that's
you know how
fire.
Turkey, how Turkey do, man. He'll hit the prices right, then he'll hit a goddamn for you, Tank, to fight Shakur,
Damn, bro.
and then we
I just fucked up your thunder. When I laughed out loud, I said to myself, man, what if the editor was going to use that? That's an amazing idea. That should have been a
No,
short.
you. Let me know if you need me to say it again, though.
Call him
Because I
one
made
take
sure
hove. Let's go. Do it again. Do it again.
I had thought of no, I thought of real shit like couple calls ago. So that's why I was like, say like if Tank it'd have been cool if he fought like before Shakur, like Shakur and them fighting July 12th. It'd have been cool if Tank fought Lamont like July 7th. Granted, we know he ain't, but say Shakur he beat Zapata and he beat him dominantly, whatever. It don't matter if he get a stop or whatever. He just look good, do what he supposed to do. Then Turkey he get in the ring, he do his Vince McMahon thing. He turn around and he turn around like the goddamn Price is Right and say, for you, Javante, Tank Davis. And then he turn around and hold his arm up and goddamn 3 curtains open up. One with a Lambo, one G on this one with a Bugatti, a T on this one with a goddamn Ferrari, a D on that one. And then he say, for you, Tank Davis, he say, these 3 cars, and he said, guarantee $80 million to fight the Shakur Stevenson. And then, it go like that. I mean, that's why I say I think it just depends, but I agree too. I want to say before I go, like James Benitez said, for sure, shout out JB, man. I think the same. I think for sure Turkey just going against like Jake Paul. Like shit, if your ass gonna fight Jake Paul, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna pay you whatever you was gonna make to fight him. So that's it. That's how you get Canelo. I think that's how he'll do Tank. But salute round 1, salute next. I'll go back to listening. Appreciate y'all.
Yo, check this out, right? Here's a spinoff. Here's a spinoff, right? Let's say we play boxing poker with the fighters, right? Bragging rights for the night. Each fighter takes 3% out of their purses. We put it in a pot for performance of the night, knockout of the night, and like that.
See, that's the thing. It's going to be difficult to take it out of the purse. They need to just start doing it moving forward as a bonus.
Okay,
or don't tell them you're taking it out and structure the purse in a way where that money is already taken out and you only offer them what you can offer them because those incentives are out there. I just think mentally, a fighter, you telling them you taking 3% out, it's like, nah, I'd rather have a fight like normal.
What? Well, all right. I mean, as like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember, like, there was always this moment that you wanted to prove that you were the baddest man in the room. And on fight nights, you always wanted to prove that you were the best man on the card. Sometimes you're not the number one. You're not even the co-main event. But you're that dude. And those are rare cases where we get these fighters to fight these kind of magnificent fights that really get those wow moments that get you out of your seat. So I'm just trying to think of ways to get these guys to be like have one up on the other guy. Like they like to say, like, out of all the fighters, look who got the fight of the night. Me, I got the award, or I got this bonus, or bragging rights. It's just to keep an edge on these guys, and I'm just spitballing here. Uh, think of ways to try to make these fights more entertaining for the fans. What can we do? What can we
Nah,
come
man,
up?
Golden Boy did this, bro, and for sure that works. Bonuses, incentives, it works. So for the people that are like wishing on a star and all, you guys ain't been watching boxing long enough. That's all. But if you're trying to call in, now is the time. And if you don't want to counterpunch, you can actually just raise your hand now, and you're cutting the line because nobody's there. It's just you and me. On Discord, make sure things are working as I've just put a sound check. Let me know everything is good there. And let me get to these super chats. If any, looks like we got Renaissance Dad. I did already tell Quest he has that counterpunch. We got H-Town with a $5 super chat. Why Tank want 2 Ferraris? He can't see over the steering wheel. That's why he keep getting in the accidents. Get that man 2 big wheels and he can slide. I mean, he looking like he doing okay. It's Tito Vos, second $10 super chat. What y'all are saying about bonuses makes sense, but the promoters need the fighters. Maybe if the promotion companies agree to set that standard for the next generation, it might work. Team TBV. Flex emoji, boxing glove emoji, podcast, mic emoji. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't get a tank to take out 3%. Just like you can't get a tank to, give you half his check so that he gets the other half if he gets a knockout. But you can do that with the next generation. Specifically TKO, right? Like, if y'all really gonna do what y'all doing on those fake pay scales, then maybe that's the thing you should look into, giving out bonuses, man. That might work.
And to my man, Tank Davis, not looking over the steering wheel. You don't gotta drive when you got a chauffeur.
Let them know, bro. Let them know. Let the haters hate. Listen, if you got an X and you retweet my shit, I'm retweeting you. I got like 23,000 followers. My shit is real. I don't buy nothing. You feel me? I've been doing this 14 years. That's 20,000, 23,000 real people. But if you share me to your people, I'm going to share you to my people because we trying to grow. Right now, we got 331 of you watching live on X live streaming video, formerly known as Twitter. Don't forget to go ahead and retweet, repost. Quest, this is about to be your third call. Did you retweet, repost? RJ, you better not be too cool to retweet, repost like Tip Bellis. Never retweets or reposts.
Yo,
what up?
What's good? Who gave me a counter?
Renaissance Dad in the live chat.
Renaissance Dad, my man. Shout out Renaissance Dad in the building. Yeah, let me get to my actual call before Ness was out here saying some BS about some James or whatever. Yeah, Tank Davis, he should go to Turkey, man. That's his best option at this point. It's about legacy now. Like, if you want some big fights, go to Turkey. That's where he's doing the big fights at. But if you don't want the big fights, then don't go to Turkey. You know what I'm saying? Fight Jake Paul, who doesn't really do anything for your legacy, probably ruins your legacy at this point. Because let's be honest, who's asking for a Jake versus Tank fight? Besides Tank, like no one in Jake. Besides them two guys, who's asking for that actual fight? I'm one of the dudes out here saying Jake should fight like an Andre Ward. Andre Ward, who's really his size. That's first of all, and who's actually a legend. Unlike Tank, who has like a built-up resume, Andre Ward has a, our what's that word? Authentic resume. A fight. So Jake should do that. And I feel like Tank, he's gonna probably go that Jake route just to piss off Turkey. And I probably wouldn't really care because at this point we can't make these boxers do what they already have their mind up to do. If Tank wants to,
fight Jake, he's going to fight Jake. Nothing the fans, nothing else we can say that's going to make a difference, But we can try. We can try. I know. I'm tired of trying, but we can go ahead and try still. Tank at this point, man, I think he realized that his career is on. It is what it is. I don't think he cares about it now. But yeah, man, that's what it is. What it is, bro. It's like Tank. He's not gonna give it these big fights. He's not gonna fight someone that's in his division. He'd rather fight somebody that's way bigger than him or below him. But yeah. What else going on, man? I want to make sure I use my man counter up. But what else going on? You got interview, Ness? You got interview still?
Looks like Tamm skipped out on us, man. Welcome to show business.
Hey, man, you know what happens, man.
You trying to get Jake Paul killed? There's no way he's gonna fight.
Round one?
There's no way he would sign up to fight that man. You would rather put him in with someone like
Tank?
No. Jake Paul's with Andre Ward there. Andre Ward would kill him.
I don't know, man. Andre Ward been making a lot of podcasts nowadays, man. You think he's still in the gym like that?
He's still got enough in the tank. That's too dangerous. Jake Paul would never take a fight with a man like that right now. That man is he don't got both feet out the game like that. That man knows more about boxing. He would kill Jake Paul. Jake Paul would probably take a chance against like a Roy Jones Jr.'s. A Roy Jones Jr. or something. He ain't fighting nobody remotely close to that man. He'll kill Jake Paul's.
Round one. Now, you know I like your takes, man.
Come on,
you know I like your takes, man, but they were saying the same thing. They were saying the same thing about Mike Tyson.
Nah, Mike Tyson was 100 years old, brother, and he was biting his glove. It looked like something was in on a fight. I can't talk about that, but look, what I'm trying to tell you, like Andre Ward, bro, it won't take much. Give him 4 or 5 months of training camp. He'll dog walk Jake Paul, man. Don't he's too smart. Jake Paul's too smart of a picking of a fighter.
See, round one,
that guy is too dangerous. He would never. I would love it.
See, but round one, can I ask you a question? Which one you want to see though? Andre Ward or a Tank versus Jake? Which one would you rather see?
I never want to see a man in his prime, Tank Davis, take
Come on, it's a yes or no question, round one. Well, who you got? Andre Ward or Jake or Tank?
I would take Andre Ward. Because Tank Davis is an active fighter. And Tank Davis is an active fighter. You don't do these gimme fights in the middle of your career. You do them at the end of your career. You don't waste our time.
Exactly.
As fans, we invested money and time into these fighters to watch you. We're waiting for these moments, and you're over here messing around fighting this YouTuber. No. You do that at the end. Fight Hulk Hogan at the end, like Mayweather with some class.
So that's why I say this, Ness. Before I leave, let me say this. That's why Andre Ward versus Jake is a better fight. Andre Ward hasn't been active lately. Tank is still active. But I'm gonna pop out, man. I'm gonna catch y'all. Be cool.
All right, brother.
All right. If you're trying to call in, now is the time. We got Tommy Davis Jr. I believe that's your second super chat, right, Tommy? Salute. Turk is the Vince McMahon of boxing. He deals in storylines. He robbed the Jogba to save Bakoli stock. He needs Tank because fights been mid. Yeah, I'm with you. Oh, 3 dub, $2. Keep it real. Show boring without two-tone. If that's how you feel, don't listen. Tevis Smith, $10. Counterpunch for Tip. This show needs some seasoning. Uh-oh, Tip. They need you to save the day. Shout out to the rest of the callers, man. They shitting on y'all now. You ain't good enough. Big Alex Vega, Lord, you always change. Why y'all change so many screen names? This just puts y'all to the back of the line when I don't know who you are.
Man, get out of here. You see the VEGA, you know exactly who that is. Stop playing. Good morning. How are you? You all right? You good?
I'm chilling.
Your coffee all right?
Yep.
What's up? What's up, Ron? Oh, yeah, man. Shout out to y'all. Hey, to when someone said like, "Oh, it's boring without two tone," you know, I fuck with two tone, but you know, change the pace. It's good. You know what I'm saying? Keeps things fresh. Yeah. But you know, we always welcome two tone around these parts. He always brings a different energy. Sometimes I don't like it. Sometimes I do. You know. But to the topic, it's interesting what Turkey's doing. I love a little bit what round one was saying. Like I agree. This dude here, he's kind of the bully. Like he's literally he was just coming in to just bankroll it and to bring it seemed was to bring boxing to Saudi, and that he was a fan of boxing, so he was going to pay and use that bread that he was getting to do so. But now it's he bought the Ring magazine. It seemed that he has the what you call it, the promoters and the sanctioning bodies in his pocket, and then he's creating his own league at the same time. I mean, it's a hostile takeover. I'm not gonna stop like believing that it's a straight hostile takeover. I think it's for political reasons, which we don't have to, dive into. But I don't like it. We don't need a dictator in this sport. I think competition is good, but also it needs to be competitive competition. And that's been the issue for years. It wasn't a competitive competition. It was everyone kind of doing their own thing. And then when things made more than enough sense, then they would merge together to make a so-called super fight. But if you look at someone like Tank's career, he's been fighting mostly PBC guys, but you saw what happened when he didn't. It was a huge event. It made a lot of money, and it brought a lot of people, to his event inside the arena, and also, even my own household. My sisters, they knew who Tank Davis was, Ryan Garcia. They don't really watch boxing just because they know me, and me. I bring the passion. I speak about boxing as much as I can, but no, they knew their girls they've messed with and all this other stuff I ain't know nor care about. But that's what I think we're lacking overall within boxing is these guys aren't building their own profiles enough, and then these promoters and managers they get a select few and put all their energy into that. So I mean, if you're a fighter, like bro, please, if you're listening, please build yourself up because that's what people want to know. They don't your skills, they matter to a certain extent, but they want to know about your car, your money, what you did in high school, what girl you have, who's been with your girl, or who your girl's been with before you. That's what these people care about. When it comes to border wars, they always talk about provide footage, but we seen it. If you just talk a lot, you talk like you the shit and you the man. People like, oh man, you're gonna win by knockout. Who cares if that other guy had 7, 10, 15 amateur fights? You haven't had none. Or who cares if the other guy's doing 5-minute rounds? Or who cares if the other dude, you know what I'm saying, is actually sparring and you've never been in the gym? Nah, if you can speak, if you can articulate yourself in a certain way to where you connect with people, they're gonna believe in you, man. It's I don't want to say that, but it's like free game out here, man. That's what matters. Yeah, shout out to Border Wars, man. I'm really excited if you can't tell, man. Border Wars 16, I really think it's gonna be the best event. I think we're starting to crank it up. You're starting to feel the energy. Myself, Tip, Lobo. Hopefully we can get Big Bay in the fold, man, because apparently you're saying he's the star, but yeah, we don't hear from him, we don't see from him. I mean, nobody even they probably forgot how he looks like. They forgot that he was 6'1". I mean, they probably think I'm fighting myself to keep it real, but apparently it's the star, Big Bay Quinn, local hero.
First of all, he's the only Border Wars fighter to fight back to back to back. He hasn't missed one.
Well,
This
back
is
to back.
this is his third straight. He fought Wisconsin,
He's got to
Vegas.
make it in the ring.
Okay, I hear you. But that's called momentum. This is what you ask fighters to do. How happy would you be if your favorite fighter fought 3 times in 1 year?
Oh, I don't paint my nails. I don't have a favorite fighter. I don't do that.
I hear you. But it's a talking point on this show for years. Fighters not fighting 3 times a year. Shout out to Big Bay.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Him. Hey, maybe
Shout
he can
out
shout
to
out for
you.
himself. Wait, he don't.
Say again. I'm sorry.
I said, shout out to him, let him shout it out, but wait, he's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. I always hear from you, from Adrian, you got to call in, you got to provide footage. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? When people do that, like I did the last Border Wars, it wasn't good enough. I call in all the time. You didn't even realize I stopped calling into the shows because it was like, for what? What's the point? But all I'm saying is, man, it's going to be different this time. I want everyone that's a fighter, bro, just do something, man. It could be 30 seconds. Adrian gave a great suggestion. TikTok. I cap cut. It's not that hard. Just talk. Maybe shadow box. Maybe show yourself working out. Just add little features to it. Give us something, man. Because I'm excited, bro. The interview with Tip and Lobo, bro, El Lobo jumped on. That whole thing cranked up. You had Ness talking crap. I was talking crap at first about Tip. I want to say that we squashing that. That shit over with. But yeah, man, that's the energy we like. That's the energy we love. And the good thing about Tip and El Lobo, not only were they talking shit, but they're gonna get in the ring and they've shown you already what they can do. So that's what we like, right? And that's all I ask from boxing fans. Stop believing just words. Go off with dudes that actually get in the ring and do the shit, and they back up, they talk, and that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what I do. That's what I'm gonna do when it comes August 2nd, Border War 16, Watertown, Wisconsin. Yo, book your flights. You can fly into Chicago. You can fly into Madison, probably. You can fly into Milwaukee. The shit is going to be what y'all always say y'all want fights to be. It's going to be a movie. So be in attendance, man. That's my call.
All right. And if you want to call in, feel free. Discord available. X Spaces available. Speaking of Border Wars, if you want to book your unguarded interview, I'll repeat it again. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm available from 12 to 1. Those are the times. If you're available, let's do your unguarded and get this promotion going. Speaking of Border Wars, don't forget it is Saturday, August 2nd. We're going to be going live right here on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice at 4 p.m. Central Time. We are 75 days out before the purge. You can meet us at 104 Simpton Street, Watertown, Wisconsin. Shout out to our sponsor, Serafina Management, B3 Boxing Picks, Kamari Walker, professional boxer, the IBO, the WBC Amateurs, True Media Podcast with Coach Malachi, Fight Book, and heavyweight Jermaine Howlett. Shout out to all our sponsors and shout out to everyone that is considering sponsoring. We're trying to have a deadline of June 15th to close the door on those sponsorships so we can put all these wonderful logos on a beautiful step and repeat and, make sure we give our sponsors the proper visibility throughout the entire promotion. So if you want to help Border Wars be successful, contact me via Instagram on DM at The Boxing Voice, really. It's where we communicate the best and the easiest. If you want a response, we got MiKyle B, Border Wars fighter. What it do?
What's going on, yo? What's going on?
Chill.
What's up, round one?
What's up, brother?
Man, it's Tank saying Tank, man. I don't think Tank want to go over there with Riyadh season for real, man. But I think that Turkey want to make the biggest fight. I think Turkey really want to make that Shakur Stevenson Tank fight because obviously that would be the biggest fight to be made. He's already made the Canelo Bud fight, so he's been successful there. He's already made a undisputed heavyweight champion. So he's already impacted the sport and in some major ways, and he wants to continue doing that. So I think that Turkey don't take nothing personal when it comes to this stuff. He's a businessman. He don't really care what Tank has had to say or what, he continues to say. His thing is, hey, man, I'm trying to make the biggest fights happen and I'm trying to make the biggest boxing events happen. So you got to respect that, you know. And I keep saying Turkey is a different animal than we've ever had in this sport before, because we never had like just a flat out financier. He's not a promoter. He's not Al Heyman. Al Heyman isn't like a promoter. Al Heyman, you know, created an umbrella and for promoters to come up under and to make huge fights, and brought a lot of money to the sport and has made a lot of millionaires, and specifically helped people that look like him. But he, you know, he's a fan of boxing. He's just a huge fan. He's got his favorite fighters, and he's trying to put, you know, his guys in position, as well as he's trying to make the biggest, most entertaining fights for fight fans. So, you know, hopefully they're able to get it done, but I don't see it. I don't think that Tank wants that pressure of having to be put in there with big fights and fights that he may not want. He wants to make sure that he crafts his career the way he wants to craft his career. And, you know, he's complaining about the money, and that's what's delayed the Roach rematch. Is he felt like he got promised, well, he felt like he got promised some money, and the money didn't pan out the way that he wanted it, and he feels like the rematch is going to be even bigger than the first one, so he wants his money. But why not go over there to the money man then, you know? But I don't know. We'll see how it pans out. I doubt, if I had to give a prediction, I doubt that Tank ever goes over to Riyadh season. But who knows? Turkey might be able to put up such a big bag that he can't walk away from it. So hopefully it happens. You know, if it does, I would be excited, because hopefully we'll get that Tank Shakur fight finally. But I'm back in the gym this morning, ready to get back to work after taking that L this weekend, man. I'm really still, I keep watching the film back, and it's like, man, I don't understand what the judges saw. I don't understand how I didn't win that one. But on to the next one, man. Got a couple fights before this Border Wars. I'm going to be not only in prime shape, but I'm going to be in rhythm. I'm going to be ready to put on the best Border Wars performance y'all done seen yet. I want that WBC belt around my waist. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go. Shout out to Vega. Shout out to Tip. We was able to holler at each other. You know what I'm saying? I want that Tip fight next. Hopefully Tip wins and handles business so we can, you know, I want my shot. I want to put on the best Border Wars fights y'all ever seen, you know what I'm saying? And go down as the best Border Wars fighter you've ever seen. So I'm ready to work, man. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the time, y'all. I'm gone.
All right. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. And shout out to everybody rocking out with us over on Twitch. We are live streaming every day on Twitch. I don't really want you guys to migrate over there. I'm looking for people that are actually already on Twitch, you know, just giving them the outlet so that they can watch the show on their preferred platform. Right now, Discord available, X Spaces available to communicate if anybody wants to call in and voice their opinion on today's topic. I got Gutty, $5. So fighters have to get punished because of the runners. Stop giving these runners the bag. That is not the sweet science of hitting and not getting hit. Claymore Rain, welcome to the prospect level. Jerry Soriano, $2. Tank loses to Roach. Turk gets him with 2 bikes for his kids. You're nasty for that. Nasty. Hey, speaking of, shout out. Don't forget we're doing our PS5 raffle this month. If you want to be part of the PS5 raffle, you do have to purchase a virtual raffle ticket and be a member on YouTube. Got to be a member on YouTube. But purchase your virtual raffle ticket by sending $25 to the Boxing Voice Zelle or the Boxing Voice Cash App you see on the screen. All you got to do is scan the QV code with your camera phone so that you send the money to the right place. You send it to the wrong Cash App, I got nothing to do with it. I got nothing to do with it. Don't you come hollering at me, okay? This is the Cash App. It's on the screen. Use your camera to scan it and enter for a chance to win in this virtual raffle that we're hosting for this brand new, never before open PS5 for all you undisputed gamers out there that want to play some PS5. This is a way for you to get it at a ridiculously reduced rate, discounted by 1,000% for sure, because it's going to cost me more to send it to you. So you already know. If you want to be part of that, $25 gets you in the running. We're talking Tank and Turkey is a deal coming. Turkey a la Sheikh just did a video where the Ring Magazine and Box Raw went to visit Upton Gym, the home of Gervonta Tank Davis. And you know my mind's got to speculating, got to wondering, is this a peace offering? Is this a olive branch, a way to get a little bit closer to Tank, maybe soften that heart, you know, maybe get him to change his mind. DC3, what it do?
What's the deal, Nestor?
What's up? I think
Round one still up. What's the deal, round one?
damn,
Hey,
I thought
hey,
that was my guess. You muted yourself, round one.
hey, Ness.
Yo, I thought that was my
Look like
guest.
My fault.
She an hour late. Maybe it's time zone issues, but she didn't even stay
oh, you
on.
got a guess? You
No,
you want me to
She
fire
hung up.
back?
Nah, she hung up. She hung up.
Oh, okay, okay. Now I just want to say, you know, I was gonna call in this. You look like your boy got down the lay down, man. What we been saying, you know what I'm saying? This like your Tip called in, C-Dub and all them, all these guys, King. You know, we be knowing this shit, but y'all clowners and all that. You know what's going on, man. These guys been getting this money on the front end, and they knowing, oh, I got this big ass bag, so let me just skate through this fight. I fuck with Canelo, but he got 80 million to salsa. Canelo got 80 million to just dance around the ring, man. You know what I'm saying? So they calling on the big dogs to come and put a show on in Riyadh, man. What we been saying, you know, and y'all talking about, oh, he ain't trying to make these fights. I mean, shit, y'all thought he wasn't gonna rematch Roach. Y'all didn't think he was gonna rematch Roach. Y'all didn't think that was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It just gotta make sense. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We don't know what obligations Tank and L got with Amazon. That's what I think. That's really why I think that he can't fight off. I don't think Tank can fight off Amazon Prime. I don't think he can. I think it's some with that deal that says Tank can't go. It gotta be there, bro. You can't tell me these niggas offering you this type of money and you don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? It would have been interesting to see what if he did fight Jake, even though I don't want to see that bullshit. What network would the fight been on? That's what I would want to see. That would have let me know is he wrapped up in the bad Amazon Prime deal to Bezos and them not letting them fight off Prime. They trying to make out. I think Al got that deal based on Tank. You know, him having Tank and Canelo at the time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I just want to call in and say, man, you Turkey got down the lay down, man. He all in Baltimore with the cameras and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to say next. And next we just gonna be waiting on Turkey to say thank you, Al Heyman, and we rocking and rolling. I'm out.
Hey, man. I don't care about none of that as long as we get what we want, man. However they make it, get it done, I'm good. Living on the water. Shout out to you.
Yo.
Living on the water. Living on the water. Living on the water. Living on the water.
Check.
What up?
Check.
Yo.
What up?
Gotcha.
What's round one? How we doing, sir?
How we doing? Good.
Great. Ness, this is JT from Chicago.
Hey, what's going on? Now I get it.
Yeah,
Living on the water. Now I get it.
Yeah. You get it. So Ness, congratulations again coming to Wisconsin. Gentlemen, if you can't fight, buy a ticket, show up. I support Ness. I support real boxing. I buy the pay-per-view. I'm not a fire stick boy, you know. I enjoy supporting the show and also the sport.
Appreciate
That's what's
you,
up,
man.
bro. Appreciate you.
Ness, I'm gonna go to your show, obviously, but if you need help, like volunteer, whatever, I can always show up early. You know, I don't know if you need help holding something, setting up. I would definitely like to definitely do my part in that wise.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think I'm landing either Thursday night or Friday morning. So yeah, I mean, you could get with me as early as Friday. I'm gonna be at the gym, you know, all day.
Friday probably not, but the morning of, I can show up early. Whatever you need help of the early, like I'll show up
That
early that day
works.
of the show.
Yeah, that
That's
works,
what's
man.
up. Also, Ness, I don't know if you guys already talked about it that Golden Boy should be doing a show in Chicago, so that's big news for the city. Also, I think
Yeah,
Duarte
is
is
that
supposed
the
to be
Duarte
coming.
Kenneth
Yeah,
Sims fight?
that's a big show for the Midwest. Shout out to all the Midwest Mafia
That's
in the building. You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
We need that in the city.
Damn, what
So
time?
everybody,
Oh shit, that might affect us though. What time is that gonna start?
that's in August though.
Yeah, we August
I don't
2nd.
know. Oh, that might be the weekend of
I
Ness. We gotta
know.
double check that. That's big though. That's got a lot of boxing in the city. That's
I
not
mean,
a
at
bad
least we
thing
got
either.
a
You know what I'm
fight to
saying?
watch for the people that can't go to the fight. We got a fight to watch together.
Yeah. So so it's big for the city. And whatever you need help with, I hear a lot that people talking about the Sheikh, and they talk about like it's almost like a takeover. Maybe boxing needs this. We've been running this Wild Wild West game for a long time, and we don't have structure. The other day, I heard you talking about like every state has their own politics. Maybe we need an seer of all this. This is the first time I ever seen that we get all these fights, all these pay-per-views that we're getting back to back to back to back to back. So the sport is definitely growing. Maybe we do need a Sheik. Maybe we can't look at it with the glasses half full, but the glasses it's not empty. It's full. You know what I mean? We're enjoying the sport. It's an overflow. When's the last time you seen boxing on the Netflix? You never seen that before. When you seen it on Amazon Prime, you never seen that before. The zone is only getting bigger, you know. So shout out to boxing. It's a beautiful time to be alive. Ness, I'll definitely be out there to help out with the show. Bless up, everybody. Midwest Mafia in the building. Let's go.
All right,
That's what's up, brother.
appreciate you. Speaking of Netflix, round one. I didn't watch it on Netflix, but it triggered me anyway. And last night I watched some of the Clarissa Shields movie. Have you ever watched it?
No.
Okay. Well, for those that watched it, I got to I guess her in the Olympics or the Olympic trials. Maybe she's in Tokyo or something where she couldn't go with her trainer. It's so funny because I know that actor that played her trainer. I'm actually watching an Apple series that he's in called Dope, and it's fire. It's fire. So her trainer is a recognizable actor for me, and yeah, I want to continue to watch it. I obviously fell asleep. I'm an old man, but I want to
What?
keep watching it because they didn't really touch. I feel like they've already passed the point in her life where she was abused, and the way they told the audience, it was a scene where her and her at the time boyfriend, they kissing, they on the bed, and then she's like, nah, chill, and explains why she wants him to stop, and obviously is due to her mother's boyfriend that used to touch her. So I don't know. I think they needed to do that better, but I'm not done. But it's pretty dope. You know, it's pretty dope. I ain't even going front. I ain't finished it, but it's pretty dope.
That's what I was gonna ask you. I was gonna say, how do you think that they portrayed Clarissa Shields in the movie? Did
Before
they
I
do a good
answer that,
job? Yeah.
Before I answer that, Tavon Burns, make sure that your contract didn't expire with the zone and they kept you month to month. That's probably what happened. You probably ain't get the notification which tells you that your contract is about to expire. You usually want to renew before though, because they give you the deal. But maybe if you pump fake and say you're going to cancel, they give you the even better cancellation deal. You smell me? In terms of how good they did portraying her, I want to say they did okay because, yeah, they did real good actually because there's this point in the movie where she wins, I think, the Olympics, but she's got this pout face and only her trainer knows why. And I mean, she's vocal, she's Clarissa Shields, the Shields we know. So in the movie, she's like, 27-10. Oh, I don't even know. Like basically, she's like, yo, this girl didn't touch me. The score shouldn't even be this
Yeah.
close. But she's got this visible face and expression that lets you know she's upset and disappointed in them scores. So yeah, that gives me the impression that they did a very good job portraying her because
Okay.
yeah, she that's her. That's her in real life.
Right.
Braggadocious wants her credit. And in that moment, she wanted her credit. I can't wait to go finish watching it though. I fell asleep. But yeah, it looks like it's alright. It looks like it's alright. Them streets of Detroit look fucked down. I swear to God,
Man.
when she's running,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no wonder she made it out. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like that, them streets give you a reason. Like, yo, she's running. It's abandoned houses everywhere. That shit look fucked up. For anybody that's from New Jersey, what I could relate that shit to is maybe Camden, New Jersey, where houses burnt left and right. They just, bro, that shit look fucked up. I mean, you better get some motivation living out there and running them damn streets. If that's the real, interpretation of what Detroit looking like,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
rough out there.
yeah, it's rough out there. And I swear, what went through my head was like, ooh, she ain't training there no more. Is she still as hungry? Is she still as hungry? Because I know for a fact she down Florida with John David Jackson. Man, I haven't interviewed John David Jackson in so long, bro. I need
In
to
a
try to
way,
reach out.
in a way, I can look at Clarissa Shields' situation kind of like a Tank Davis with with Turkey. Clarissa Shields with Jake Paul. All the girls are slowly starting to migrate over there, and to fight on Netflix. And Clarissa Shields is like, it's kind of like the same thing in a way, don't you think?
Yeah. Maybe Jake need to send her two Ferraris. Nah, that's
Two
a little bit too
Ferrari.
much. That's a little bit too
Yeah.
much because of the women's boxing type shit. But like, yeah, man, she over there and not getting down with the lay down and getting them big fights. But shout out to Pro Box. They about to have a WBC #2. Badillo is gonna be facing WBC #8 Zapata in a light flyweight final eliminator on Pro Box July 11th. Shout out to them. That's a Samson Lewickovich fighter. So, make sure you check it out. Samson do be finding them punches. So, flyweight Eric Badillo actually doesn't look like he got that power. He's 17-0 with 8 KOs out of Mexico. And he's fighting Geraldo Zapata, 15-2 and 1 at 5 KOs out of Nicaragua. But yeah, man.
Pro Box always got those exciting fights. I
You know
always tune in
when
to watch those fights. Always. You're always
it's
going to catch a banger.
it's also fight week, man. We got a Tamm versus Balogan or Balagon maybe. Michael Balagon, I think his name is, from America. He's gonna be fighting the UK zone Mike Tyson. Itamis. No, it's Itama. No, Moses Itama. Moses Itama. Lord have mercy. Moses is his first name. But
Yeah, nah. Listen, one of the craziest shout outs I thought was that speaking of the like Moses, just the name was Frank Warren wanting to put his guy Moses in with the winner of that Njagba Martin Piccoli fight to put him to fight Martin Piccoli, and I was like, why would you like put him to fight Martin Piccoli?
because he
You
feels
fight,
he's ready. He feels he's
yeah, but
ready. And Joseph Parker's small and knocked him out. Bacoli obviously isn't a dude to be in shape. It's notable. It's notable. Like,
you think
yeah,
it's the money?
yeah, he could get
Another
away with
case?
it, but he's obviously not in shape, bro. He's obviously not in shape.
Well, he hasn't looked like it since the big
Bro,
baby fight there.
exactly. Like he hasn't looked on that
I'm
like great like that since the big baby fight. And now we got a question: is that more because of Big Baby, who we knew had 1 foot out kind of mentally? Adrian, $5. Anyone from Queens have recommendations where to stay and where to eat? July 12th, a movie, respectfully. Bro, it's gonna be expensive in Queens anywhere, bro.
Yeah,
For real. But
for real.
yo, I ain't with that recommendation shit. You gonna get a recommendation from one person when you can go on hotels.com or like any of these websites, Priceline, and read unlimited reviews, bro, from thousands and millions of people. This way you know what's best for you. El Consejero, $2. Just got my flight booked to Border Wars. Let's go. And we never even met Consejero. Shout out to you, man. It's about to be a movie. Jerry Soriano, $2. If Canelo salsa dancing, Tank doing the James Brown with the leg emoji. Hey, Jerry, I hate to put you on the spot, but sometimes you just gotta tell the universe what you need. And you had sponsored Jerome Wolf last season. And shout out to Jerome Wolf. You know, he got Supermex back in the mix. You know, Supermex is a person that inspires. That's why that chubby weight is unique and popping. But we looking for a Cliff sponsor, man. We want that Cliff action in this Border Wars. Imagine an encounter between Cliff and Tip. Tip been talking shit about Cliff all his life. James been talking shit about Cliff all his life. Imagine Cliff could go out there, perform in Wisconsin, catch a body like Luca's body on a motherfucker, and then how them interactions gonna be with James. I got knocked out in the second round. Tip, I only weigh 132 pounds. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, look, I need my own sponsors to make this event happen, but what could I do? Cliff out there, we need to get him right. I think Wiz, did you jump out? I think Wiz pulled out the fight, man. I seen him as an available. I think he pulled out the fight, bruv. Nasty. Oh no, he's still there. Wiz, because I seen Vincent as an available opponent yesterday. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Let me double check, man. But Wiz, you gotta keep me posted if you pull out, man. You gotta let me know so I can match my man Vincent up real quick, because he coming deep. He got a whole nother fighter coming with him and his coach, man. Shout out to Coach John, also showing up the Border Wars. It's about to be huge, man. Best one yet. I think even Edwin coming out here.
Listen.
Okay, they saying stay near Saquon, my New York correspondent. The man with the plan. Shout out to Saquon. He about to be in Santo Domingo. Actually, not Santo Domingo. He's going to the resort. I don't know where. Santo Domingo is a city. Not a place. That being said, he says stay by the LaGuardia Airport. LaGuardia Airport. That's super close, and it's nice, he says. So, yeah. But if you want to call in, Discord's available. We got Mr. Perfect asking for that female Olivia Clarissa.
Let's go. They ain't as bad as me, trash to me, not as fast as me. That little money that you bragging about ain't a bag to me. Tried to lie and say I smoke weed, yeah, that's cap to me. I don't smoke weed, I smoke bitches, they a pack to me. Growing up in Flint, it was rough, ain't had no food to eat. Had to fight my way out the ghetto, now I'm on my feet. By the time I turned 17, they couldn't stop me. Told them I'm the Gwoat, I'm the female.
And don't forget, man, we need a 128-pounder, man. Where my featherweights at? Where the featherweights at, man? How you don't want to fight a co-host 702, man? How y'all want to fight the homie? Where the featherweights at, man? Where the featherweights at? Lord have mercy. Can we get a co-host fight? He trying to squabble. His fees paid. His kids want to squabble.
What up, man? It's 702 Boxing. Hey, you looking for a scrap, man? If y'all want to get down in Border Wars, or get second with me, a co-host on TBV, then let me know, man. I'm weighing about this right here. So right now we at 128. We starting up to train, so ain't no weight bullying going on over here. Ain't no 165, no nothing like that. So let's get it, man.
Bro, and
That's with sneakers on. That's with sneakers on.
That's with sneakers and pants, bro.
Ah.
Like, come on. Can we get a featherweight squabble squab for my mans in them? He trying to be out in Wisconsin, Watertown. Watertown, stand up. With Milwaukee, where y'all at, man? Y'all want to make a name for yourself? Damn. Damn, where the featherweights at, man? Who want to scrap? Motherfuckers, if you want to scrap, we can scrap. And if you want band, we can band. I got to get them lyrics. That was pretty wrong. It was just old school Mace lyrics, though. Old school Mace lyrics. What up? What up, Trice?
What up, though? What
Is
up,
you coming
though?
out, though? Is you coming out, though?
Man, come on, man. Of course, man. Of course. We sliding to that, and then I seen like, hold on, man. Who is that? My constituent with that Midwest Mafia shit, man. You know what the fuck going on, man. You know how we rocking, man. I seen that my man Kenny Sims. Hey, Ness, man. You know I've been asking it for a long while. That we finally, hold on, Ness. You told us that we couldn't get boxing in Chicago. Ness, wouldn't know how this Midwest Mafia shit started, man. Hold on.
Nope.
Shout out to Kenny Sims.
That ain't what I said, because we all know there's been boxing in Chicago.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay. Just had to double back. I remember, because where my nigga Danny at, I remember, man, he was here for the origins of this Midwest Mafia shit, man. Motherfucker had upset me, man. I got perturbed, man, trying to make it seem like we can't get down around this bitch. Hold on. We put shows on in Detroit. We put shows on in Chicago. My nigga Jake Paul had turned this bitch out in Cleveland. Shit. We just need a motherfucker from Indianapolis to act like they know what the fuck they doing. And then we'll go crazy. Trifecta. But hey, man, man, who gives a fuck about Turki Al-Sheikh and Tank Davis doing business? I don't give a fuck. All he gonna do is have Tank Davis. Whoa, excuse me. All you gonna do is have that man over there on the motherfucking card with Shakur, but not fighting Shakur. He gonna have him on the card with Devin, but not actually fighting Devin. He gonna have him on the card with motherfucking Lomachenko, but not fighting Lomachenko.
Well,
like
technically,
I don't give a fuck.
Technically,
you over there fighting niggas like Padley.
Hear me out, fam. Hear me out. Technically, you just being negative. If you remember, Turki Al-Sheikh, without having a deal in play, already said that Shakur's gonna fight Cepeda and Tank next. So that's why we doing this show, because this is the first step. You know
how many times this nigga told me that?
No, he never said nobody was next for Tank. Stop your lying, man. Stop your lying, man. He never said nobody was next for Tank. He never even tried to make plans with Tank. This is the first time ever.
Tank, man. I done watched this nigga playing fights, man, and this shit done failed through. Gang like a trap door.
Whatever.
You feel
I could
me?
only give
That's
you the
all I'm
facts,
saying.
man. Facts is facts.
Man, facts my ass, man. I'm seeing alternative facts. Shout out Donald Trump around this bitch, because Turki been dealing in funny business, man. I don't want to see Tank on the. If you bring him over there, put him in the mix ASAP. I do not need to see Shakur versus Cepeda. Fuck this, scrap that fight. Make him and Tank off the top. This shit is nonsense, bro. I didn't need to see Wilder and Parker and all this other shit, or AJ with Ngannou and all this other shit. Nigga, give me what the fuck I asked for. I'm sick of the bullshit. I don't need to see Devin Haney fighting Ramirez or motherfucking Ryan fighting.
Devin Haney fighting Teo next, man. Devin fighting Teo next, man.
We don't want that.
Well, that's what it is. That's what it is, man. Devin fighting Teo.
Pacquiao beat Barrios. Devin Haney fighting Pacquiao.
That's your call, man. That's your call, man. We got to go
for sure. Y'all be cool.
Listen, we got Pat. Pat, where the hell you calling in from? Shout out for the counterpunch via PayPal. Let me put my PayPal link in there for those people that use PayPal. You know, international. Pat,
you can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Pat.
I just wanted to call to keep the show going.
Let's go.
I was gonna say we said some good things about, like, contract and intense and bonus. But you know, I haven't been watching boxing for so long. But one of my favorite like time in boxing is when we had that super. Is this called Super Six? Super Six World
Yeah,
Champion.
yeah, Super
Yeah,
6.
yeah.
That was
This is
Andre
one of the
Ward.
best time. This was one of the best like time in boxing from since I've been watching that. I would love you know whoever's got the money, like someone like Turkey, whatever, to do something like
Well, he
something like
just
that.
did. He just did. You guys didn't even, bro. You guys didn't even care. That was the
The
saddest part.
Fatal Fury,
No, bro. No. Look.
the Grand Prix.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but the Grand Prix is for like how you call that, like contenders, like really like young coming up. That's not what the Super Six was.
I mean, it's
The
still
Super
the
Six was
same thing. It's like you said. It's just
yeah,
prospects instead of contenders that are
yeah.
or
That's what I'm saying.
champions.
That's prospect. That's prospect. But what I want to see someone like because for me the Super Six is something that you can put in the as that could be like
And don't forget, we
what
did
it
have
is.
that again with the World Boxer Super Series with the Muhammad Ali Trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, did you have like a
Yeah, we had Callum Smith undefeated taking on George Groves and beating him. I mean, bro, Nakatani. I mean, not Nakatani. Inoue was in it.
Yeah,
Regis was in it. It was a
yeah.
lot of good names in it.
Usyk.
who won that one?
Callum Smith won the super middleweight division.
Naoya Inoue won the first bantamweight one.
Yeah, but you see, this one was not advertised as much as the Super Six. So there's something different about those two.
This one right here, the guys entered all their belts. One guy came with a belt, another one, and the last man standing walked away with the trophy and the belts. That's what
Yeah,
was
but the
really
Super Six
exciting
was
about
no
that.
one had the belt. In the Super Six, no one had the belt.
Yes, they did. What you mean, bro? Don't help me. The one that went crazy, started doing coke. That Frotch beat him. He had a belt. Josh Taylor had a belt. MiKyle Kessler had a belt. And Arthur Abraham
Josh
had a.
Taylor.
I said Josh Taylor. Jermaine Taylor.
Yeah.
Jermaine Taylor had a belt. MiKyle Kessler had a belt, and Arthur Abraham had a belt.
Well, you telling me about 4 belts?
I mean, if that's what it added up to, yeah, then.
No, it's not possible because there was like 1 belt on the line. There
Yeah,
was
Lucian
wasn't
Bute
that the
IBF. He's the only motherfucker that didn't join, remember? He was doing his own thing.
No, that was the WBA who was is the WBA and the ring. I think for the Super Six, I was in line.
I don't know, but
But the point being, was it entertaining?
I'm right about the belts. I know that. You must be wrong. MiKyle had the WBC. Arthur should have had the WBO. And I feel like the IBF was Taylor.
Bro, there was actually 2 belts on the line. I think there was WBA and WBC and the ring for the Super Six. Yeah, WBA, WBC, and the ring, the super middleweight titles. That's what the Super Six was. Anyway, my point is, I would like to see this type of tournament. And I know you're right. WBC, what's his name, Suleiman did something pretty good with a prospect. I would like to see with like some people like with a bit higher level. When at least this is something that you can be glamorous about. You can claim like I got that super title. At this stage, like people just messing about like I'm taking my time, just sleeping with that belt for a while. They're doing whatever they want. But a Super Six things was just like something like that made it really exciting, really exciting. That's one of the best time I've been. When I watched boxing, that was one of the best best time of boxing for me. Obviously, like I didn't watch I'm not old enough to have watched like previous fight. But in the 2000, that was one of the most exciting time in boxing, and the money wasn't as much as Turkey's is investing. But yeah, you're right. I like that Grand Prix thing, but I want to see people with like a bit more experience. The Grand Prix it's a good thing, obviously, but that Super Six things was really 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 good. And Ness, I wanted to ask you,
yeah,
how do we connect you with the add our thoughts about your autobiography? Where do we put those ideas? Where do you want
on the
this to be
community
sent to?
page, I have a post. There's a post on the
Okay.
community page that's been out.
Is what on Patreon?
YouTube, free.
On YouTube, okay.
Yep.
Okay. No problem.
All right,
I just
buddy.
wanted to call about my thought and keep the show going. You know what I'm saying?
All right, buddy.
I keep listening.
Appreciate you. I got that information. So the World Boxing Super Series launched in 2017. It was a bracket-style elimination tournament, and it designed to pit the best fighter in various weight classes against each other. So the organizers were the World Boxing Super Series was a joint venture between Sutherland Promotions and Richard Schaefer under Comosa AG, a Swiss registered company. The tournament aimed to bring clarity to boxing by unifying titles and creating compelling storylines often complicated by politics between rival promoters. The weight classes for the inaugural 2017-2018 included cruiserweight and super middleweight divisions. I believe they did the other one after that, which Inoue was in.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
He won the first Muhammad Ali trophy in the Super Series in the bantamweight division with Naoya Inoue. And I think the concept was amazing, Ness, because think about it now. What if you took that and implemented in any of these weight divisions? Imagine you made a 6-man bracket like that, took the
And
4
it went
belts.
on for a good amount of years, bro. They just lost funding. It was started in 2027. The first season was 2017 to 2018. Alexander Usyk, cruiserweight, and Callum Smith, super middleweight, were the two champions that emerged from there. And look who Usyk went on to be, and even Callum. I mean, we want him to fight David next. Then season 2, Meredith Britis, he came out of there, ended up losing a cruiserweight, or Alexander Usyk, but Josh Taylor came out of there, and that's Teo's biggest win now. And then 2019 was Inoue in the bantamweight. And then 2021 was the women's featherweight tournament announced, but the specific winner and the details obviously weren't available because I don't think that one ever happened. So, yeah, they just need to reboot it.
Yeah.
But in terms of the Super Six World Boxing Classic is what it was officially called, and it was a professional boxing tournament organized by Showtime at the time with the same company. Look, Sutherland, Sutherland Events running from 2009 to 2011. And remember, the Sutherland Events was the promoter of Arthur Abraham, so they've always had these innovative ideas. They just need the funding. So it was a super middleweight division, 168 pounds. Same division they eventually did again with the World Boxing Super Series. It was 6 fighters initially competed in a round-robin group, each scheduled to fight 3 times. Obviously, your original 6 before people pulled out was MiKyle Kessler, the WBA champ, Carl Froch, the WBC champ, because he beat Jermaine Teller right before that. Andre Ward, 2004 Olympic gold medalist. Jermaine Teller, former middleweight champion. Arthur Abraham, former middleweight champion. And Andre Durrell, 2004 Olympic bronze medalist. MiKyle Kessler withdrew after group stage 2 due to his eye injury, but that probably was because he got headbutt to hell by Andre Ward. Jermaine Taylor also withdrew after being knocked out by Abraham, but he also was really at the end of his career, a lot of drug issues and shit like that. Andre Durrell withdrew, but that was after his fight with Arthur Abraham where he slid on the floor and Abraham hit him while he was down, and then Darrell, was acting like he needed brain, like he had a brain, like it was something wrong. You got to Google it. And then
Yeah.
he was replaced by Allen Green that Andre Ward beat the brakes off of, man. Andre Ward's inside game was just too much for that dude. But shout out to Allen Green. And shout out to Andre Ward that beat, Dominican Olympian Jerson Ravello from Newark, New Jersey. Bandalorian, counter.
Yeah, I watched the documentary on that Nest, 'cause, I was like just coming out of high school and all of that when I was going on, but man, I definitely wish they'll bring it back. Like, nah, 'cause like round one, so with the fighters we got now, that'd be cold. 'Cause I even went back and watched like some of the fights, like the super lightweight and the junior welterweight. I still to this day feel like Regis beat Josh Taylor. Like, I'm always say that was a close fight, and I ain't mad at the decision or nothing, but I still feel like Regis got that. Like, I feel like he was dogging it out all the way to the end, and Josh Taylor was literally just like, shit, I'm trying to make it to the end, but them damn sure was some good fights and good events, so I hope they bring it back. And I forgot, because I do know somebody, so I can ask somebody like who in Dave Morrell camp, but when they even got them tickets going on sale for that July 12th event?
Which one, for Berlanga?
Yeah, for Berlanga and Shiraz and all of them, yeah.
I could check if they went on sale or when they're going on sale.
Yeah, because I checked like Friday. I think I checked Friday and Saturday, and they ain't like it don't show nothing on Ticketmaster. Like they have them on Ticketmaster, but they don't show you the dates, like when they available for sale yet. But like when you type up the name, then all that, like it come up. So that's why I was curious, because I'm like, we 2 months away now, and I wonder why they ain't put them on sale immediately after the press conference. So that's why I want to ask that, because I heard your super chat, bro, super chat, and you said it's gonna be expensive everywhere up there in Queens. How expensive you talking?
I mean, bruh, you talking to a dude that ain't been in the tri-state area in at least 7 years, so shit changes.
Yeah.
But it's always been New York's always been expensive, bro. Always. It cost me $65, $55 minimum to park. Cause they will tow your shit. They will tow your shit out there. I got my shit towed for Danny Garcia, Zab Judah press conference. Never again made that mistake of parking on the street.
Oh, I did that.
I usually look up, like I said, I look up like a booking, like booking.com, like you said, and all that. That's usually how I be booking, like booking hotels and stuff. So that's how I'm gonna see. So that's why I was curious when you told bro, you said it's gonna be expensive. And I'm like, shit, how expensive we talking now? I don't want them taxing like too crazy for that, man. But I don't know. And I'm gonna look too, because I heard you talking about it. That's when I had counted back in. You were talking about the Clarissa Shields movie. Like, I ain't seen it yet. I know they do got it on Amazon. They got it on Prime Video or whatever. So I'm gonna watch it. But
it's on
I was
Prime?
like that when I
Oh
was
shit! I gotta go.
Yeah, it's on Prime Video. It should be too based on algorithms, because since we watch all the boxing shit, as soon as you get on Prime Video, it should be on your home page. She'll literally be right there, and they say the fire inside. She like leaning down, and bro, like you said, I think that David Tyree Henry, like he a trainer, and he like standing up top, But yeah, it should be right on your home page. Yeah, when you said that too, I was thinking that next year. It is crazy, because even when like we were talking about last week, when I told you I took the sim up there to New York, that's how I was when I first went up there to Detroit and the Flint, Michigan, all that. Like it's that shit is real deal trenchy up there. Like that shit is crazy. Like you said, how run down and how trenchy that shit is. Like you said, you can't help but be hungry when you come from shit like that. Like not even like I always tell all y'all. Like I told Shakur and like his cousins and all that when I was up there in July. I like no disrespect to y'all in this, but like, I see why they call fucking Newark Brick City. Like when I was up there, because I stayed literally like 5 minutes up the street from the airport. When I went, I stayed at I can't even remember. I think it was like a comfort suite. It's right by the extra storage or some shit. Like it's literally only 10 minutes away from the Prudential Center. That's where I stayed when I went last year in July. But I told them that I was like, man, that shit so damn like they call it Brick City. Everything up there bricky, like real deal bricky, and just trench it up and all that shit. Because like you got a spot in Florida, so you see, you got some spaces that's like It's trenches, but then over here you see a fucking 30,000 square foot goddamn mansion just on the other side of the trenches and shit like that in Florida. So it's crazy, boy. Yeah, when I seen that in New York, I was like, oh damn. I'm like, now I see why they call it the Brick City for sure, man. So, but it's all yeah. That's all I want to know. That I'm gonna look then. I'm gonna look like I said when I stop. I'm gonna look at some hotels. But yeah, I want to know when them damn tickets gonna sell. So yeah, if you find that out, if I don't figure out before then,
Well, I was born in Newark, New Jersey, right? And I just recently went home, right? And the reason why I knew it to be Brick City is because the roads were made out of brick. And on Summer Ave, Newark,
they used to be red.
There was red brick. And when I went home,
some streets
it's not
still
like that no more.
Some streets
nah,
still,
they covered mine.
Well, I mean, you know, some, like I said, some still like that.
Right.
It's funny, man, because where he was staying, all that is different, bro. All that is different. Like, you from a time where Broadway and Broad Street met up, and what was there? Roy Rogers?
There was a Dairy Queen
on Broadway and Broad Street.
No,
all the way down to Dairy Queen. You talking about on Bloomfield and Clifton?
On Bloomfield, yeah, right.
No, I remember that. Who gonna forget that Dairy Queen?
Right.
Nah, bro. This is what I'm saying. People, y'all would never understand what it is to grow up in Newark, New Jersey. Like, I don't know what your stories are of that Dairy Queen, but that Dairy Queen to me, is like a scene out of Paid in Full, except for Latinos, right? Like, you know how in Paid in Full, everybody was whipping up with the fly cars and they chilling, and everybody got the dapper dan. Nah, Latins ain't doing all that extra shit, but that corner was packed of motherfuckers getting ice cream and chilling right there in that one little corner. Everybody came with their fly cars, but that was like the ice cream spot. Don't ask me why. For years and years and years, bro. Shout out to Newark, man. It's different.
Yeah. It is. It is.
But
I used to run up the 77 steps and go up to Seatown and cut down.
Damn, out the
project.
That's the back way. Yo.
Yeah.
Yo, my wife used to bag groceries at Seatown.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
For sure. Tell you, bro, we Newark, man. I've been all up and down. That's why when he called in, he's like, yo, it be, you know, like $1 million houses right down the street. That's how Forest Hill is. Right down. Right. Like, this is Seatown. You go, let's say 3 blocks and bust one left. Those $1 million houses.
Right.
$1 million houses in Forest Hill. Left and right. And now they probably like 2-3 million because that was back in the day.
Everything looks different.
Jerry Soriano sent you a message. Border Wars, War Zone. You got it, champ. Can you stop? My dog, bro. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it, Jerry? We done got so many that this list has gotten so big now. And they be like, and my man be like,
I gotta hear it.
Man, why you doing this to CYP? You ain't shit. CYP, you see who it is? It's not me. It's him. It's not me. It's him.
We are under attack. I repeat, we are under attack.
Claim your place, motherfucking fire back.
We're about to fuck around and find out. Ain't no motherfucking timeouts. We're about to swing. Yeah. I'm a coward, I'm a loser. I'm him. I'm a sushoy puta. I'm him. I ain't shit, never been shit. I'm him. The last motherfucker you want beef with. I'm him. I'm unmade, concrete jungle raised. I'm built brick by brick. I stick to the script. No pain, no gain, no games played. In my claim to fame, I duck no phase. I move, set the state like a barbecue truck. Bring the smoke, bring the beat, cook 'em up, cook 'em up. You know, friend them, no game. That same energy. Fuck your handshake, blow 'em up, blow 'em up. Nah, motherfucker, get you to it. The feeling that fucking arrived. I want no brain, no brain.
Play in your pussy, motherfucking fire back. And fire back.
I hear you, Mr. CYP. I hear you.
So BX, I'm so TBZ. Malcolm, what up?
What it do, Malcolm?
Malcolm. You gotta unmute, player. Your microphone is muted. Alrighty then. Laugh Out Loud Pillow. Fighting on Board Awards versus Angel Urina.
A big fight. Big fight. It's gonna
Okay.
be a great fight. Trust me. All action. What'd you say, round one?
I said, okay. I want to see this.
Yeah, round one. Yeah,
It'll be
I'm
my
winning
first
round
time
one.
checking you
show
out.
I gotta.
Yeah, that's what I'm
on here
talking about.
Mad shit. You feel me? I used to talk mad shit about boxers, about callers. So I'm putting myself to the test. I ain't finna be just in the comment section or calling. I'm finna really be out there. I really got the heart. You feel me?
Okay.
That goes for all y'all too. All y'all talkers, bro. All y'all chatters. Get in there, bro. This is my first fight, so maybe I can inspire somebody else to fight. You feel me? Hopefully. But yeah, man. With this Tank shit, I think he played it perfectly when he said that he wanted the 2 Lamborghinis. Because at first it kind of seemed like, you know, he was a diva and shit, but now we pull back the layers. He was he had leverage over the situation. You know, considering he didn't sign right there, or he didn't jump to take the bait. Now he could probably ask for 4. You feel me? If he wanted to. So I think that this is perfect for what he's doing. You know, keep holding out. If you beat Roach, you know, when you negotiate with Turkey, you could be asking for bigger bags, way bigger bags than before. So Tank, keep doing you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, don't conform how they want you to, bro. Stay in your own lane, and you're gonna get paid, man. You're gonna be, you know, successful. But you know, something been on my mind, dog. Like, and I heard Trice, you know, Midwest Mafia get on this bitch and talk about the Gwoat, Clarissa Shields, and it's been something bugging me with the Gwoat lately, and it's nothing to do with her, but it has to do with her fucking man, Papoose. This fucking like it's starting to get musty. Like every single post Clarissa posts on Instagram, Papoose is right there. It's like I'm starting to see it like he's just using Clarissa for clout. And I'm sick of it. I'm like, I'm trying to get Trice and all these Midwest dudes
Champ, that's how couples be. Couples take pictures together. You sound crazy.
No, but it's every single post.
She always with him. Remember the last time she wasn't with him, she's like, I miss Pap, and that shit went viral.
Man, this is starting to piss me off. Like he just using her as a rebound off his last chick to make his image look good, and like Carissa's just getting played, bro. And that's gonna fuck her up because like in her next fight, she gonna get broken up with. Trust me, Papoose, he gonna break up with her eventually. You know what I'm saying? That she gonna be emotional and shit, and she gonna just her career is gonna go down the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Like Trice, like even everybody needs to see this. Like it's clear as day. And like I don't really understand it. I know he made her look better and all this shit, but it's just that musty work. You know what I'm saying? That's I don't know. I feel like you trying to protect this nigga Papoose, but it's nasty work, and he's 47 and she's 30. It's like
hey,
come on, man. Like
young women like older men, bro. You gotta stop hating. You sound like a hater.
If she had a kid, he gonna be a grandpa by the time the kid and
that's the bell, man. Musty right now, bro.
bro.
Yo, get this knockout in Border Wars so maybe she look your way, because maybe she's more attracted to fighters. You know what I'm saying? But
you might want to fight. I'm on Papoose in Border Wars. You know what I'm saying? Yo, my man sound like he don't approve of the relationship, and he's ready to just slide in and scoop
Yeah.
her up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
'Cause
he trying to
made his
take her
plea.
spot.
He
What
made his
up?
plea. He's like, yo, I don't like Pat.
What
You know what
up?
I'm
What up?
saying?
What
Get
up?
out of here.
What up,
Yo,
Yo, that was
Malcolm?
LOL, right?
That was Pillow.
Yeah, man, he trying to slither his way into Shields. We ain't forget, nigga. We ain't forget, bro. But nah, that's that honeymoon phase, man. That's all that is, man. You gotta let them rock with that shit. You feel me? But shout outs to you, Ness. Shout outs to round one. In terms of the topic, I like to play. Look, to be real with Tank, bro, I just want him to deal with Turkey so we can get these fights. You feel me? Just plain and simple. Like the only other fights I could think that he can get, because everybody else is pretty much doing business with Riyadh, man. It'll probably be just my bad. It'll probably just be Loma, and maybe if you can get Rayo off of like a win. That's really all I can see, and that's assuming he moves down. You know, but everybody else, they're just doing business with Riyadh, you know, and we need the Shakur fight. That's the fight that we want for boxing. You know what I'm saying? But no matter what Tank does, you know, his fan base, they just gonna just roll with him. You know what I'm saying? If he take the money, they're gonna say, oh, you know, he's doing it for his family. You know, he's trying to help with the generation. And if he don't take it, they're just gonna say he's not a sellout. You know, but somehow we're okay with the whole Jake Paul fight happening. You know, I had somebody on Twitter tell me one time when I was saying he was ducking Shakur, the nigga told me it's not a duck because Jake Paul is a high payday. And I had to block him. As soon as they said that, I was like, oh, I'm blocking this motherfucker. You feel me? Dumbest shit I've ever heard. But yeah, that's just really that, man. And then round one, I want to give you your props, bro. Cause I fuck with you because me and you are probably the only NOA fans on this platform. I know Johnny fuck with them too. You know, you got niggas like Tavon Burns and Shiny Suits that give me a lot of shit in the chat. You know, and then you got another panelist who's with you right now that want to hate on Inoue because he scorched Juan Carlos Payano, you know, his little Dominican brethren, and he beat the shit out of Nonito Donaire twice. But, you know, they just hate on greatness, man. So shout out to you, round one. You feel me? Inoue's the great.
Salute.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna beat up everybody at 126. Nick Ball gonna get cooked. Espinosa gonna get cooked. If we move up and fight Tank, we cooking that nigga too. You feel me? We don't give a fuck. You feel me? But it's fuck Devin. It's fuck Lorenzo Medina, Tito Mercado. You feel me? Whoever next fight, it's fuck them niggas, man. Shout out to Tip, man. He gonna take out Lobo. We doing it big August 2nd, man.
Is you showing up though? Or you gonna be in the you know, spirit type of guy, in the spirit type of guy. You feel me? Is you showing up? Is you shaking hands and kissing babies, or you in the spirit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hawk,
Ready to show up?
Maryland, what it do?
Yo,
Yo,
What up?
one. Damn, dog, I'm in here enjoying my day, listening to my boxing, and then my man come on. Damn. What your man say? He ain't only say that, you know, he protecting her honor, your honor. He was he ain't just say like he think dude gonna hit and move, you know, how we dudes talk about Clarissa, you know. I mean, my man broke out his tarot cards on us, bruh. He was got a picture, Clarissa, and some candles lit around her. What's he telling the future? Huh, Ness?
yep.
Yo.
My man was reading the future. Oh my goodness, my man was telling the future. She gonna do this, then he gonna do that. And next week they going there. And I'm like, damn, dog, put the candles out. That girl gonna be all right. Jesus. Hey, what's up? What's that? You
Round
got in
one.
there with you now?
Round
Round 1.
one,
There you go.
round
What's
one.
up? Oh my goodness, boy. Y'all woke me up on that one there, man. God damn, my
Woo.
man.
My man
That
had
Jerry
it figured
Sariano.
out.
Huh?
He had it all figured
What'd
out.
you
He
say?
had it all mapped out in his
Yeah.
head, the way it was gonna
My
happen, the way
man,
it was gonna go down. Yo,
my man was reading from tarot cards, bro. He knew everything, bro. I'm telling you, he's the future.
I know he gonna know what she doing next week, the week after. Hey man, that was some cool shit. That's all right. Good man. Hey, but that Jerry Sariano song, man, that dude's fire. That joint is fire, bro. I like that joint. But I fucks with CYP. But god damn, that song, that joint is heat. Anyway, hey, what you say? What's this about Turk and Tank?
Yep.
How you get them two names together? What happened?
Looks like Turkey and his team, Ring Magazine and Box Raw, visited Tank's gym of Upton and gave out some equipment to the neighborhood. So we're looking at this as a Turkey Al Sheikh peace offering, where potentially, this could mean a Riyadh season ambassadorship for Tank potentially, bringing him over to the dark
Yeah,
side.
yeah. Okay, so they banking on Tank winning his fight then, basically. 'Cause he's the Lamont fight. Cause that sound right. That sound sealed. We gonna see that, right?
Yeah, should be the 16th.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he win that, then quite sure they're gonna be looking at Shakur. He win his. That they don't. Yeah, I can see them getting together. And yeah, I can see that. I don't think they'll start hollering about Ferraris. I can see that though. But I definitely like to see Tank get over there. I still like Carissa to mess with Jake Paul for real. I think that'll be a major move for her, boy. That dude know how to promote. He know how to promote the women, bro. So yeah,
Agree.
dude, man. And one other thing, man, if Turkey Al Sheikh's next fight, man, I'm telling you, it better be Yams walking the cards through, bro. Gotta have that. I'm at to turn the channel on that, or wait till the damn watch the fight then get up. Damn, it's backwards from going to watch the other boxing show. But anyway, TBV #1.
All right, champ.
Right. Yo, and another thing about that Tank Davis thing with them two Ferraris, right? Some of us gotta stop like taking that a little bit too literally. We gotta understand when Tank was trolling, and he was being funny. It was just like the same thing when he said about what was that? George Camboza, right? He had the 3 belts. They said, Tank, why don't you fight him? He said, tell him to vacate the 3 belts and I'll fight him. Tank says some far off the wall, and like I don't really think he like look at the petty amount of money if 3 Ferraris actually cost. I mean, 2 Ferraris actually cost. You can get 2 of them, right, for like 1.7. That's not really money if you come to think about it. The 2 cars.
I think you could get 2 of them for less. I think they like
I
$500,000
mean,
each.
now when he's giving out these kind of cars at like raffles at his fight.
Nah, he gave a Lucid out.
Mercedes. Yeah, how much was that?
Oh, you're right. He did give away a Mercedes, but that was for the Ring magazine, not the fight. That's why you confused me. At the fight, he gave out one of those electric cars, the Lucid, and for the Ring magazine subscription, he's giving out some sort of Mercedes.
And then like the gifts, like you heard throughout social media, Ronaldo, what he gave him a watch. How much was that watch worth? They said, like this man is giving away Ferraris just walking upon you.
Yeah,
asking him for 2.
I think
that
he
was
didn't
just
do it because he felt it as disrespectful. Like he would have given you gifts. He just it's like anybody. You
Right,
give your girl gifts if she ain't asking for them.
But my point is, I think that Tank was just trolling at that time when he made that statement. I really think that. I don't really think he was just like, like everybody's been talking about these 2 damn Ferraris, and I'm sitting here and I'm saying, I don't think Tank really if he wanted 2 Ferrari, Tank will go buy 2 himself. It's not something that, you know what I mean? Not the type of money that fight can generate. That's like giving me $5 out of that money. To tell you the truth, I don't think that's, I think he was just, Tank was saying some shit but Tank don't want no goddamn 2 Ferraris, bro. He wants fucking $80 million.
Jerry Soriano, $2. Boxing glove emoji, fire emoji, boxing glove emoji. Winner of Tip Lobo Defends Trophy versus 702 in Vegas. 702 would have to move up. It's possible, but he's the smaller man for sure. I mean, he's in sneakers weighing 128. Tip is weighing in to weigh 132. But you are right. I don't know why we can't find 702 a fight based off that. He should be able to catch a fight with somebody.
Because look at
slightly
702.
heavier.
He's menacing. You know what I'm saying? Look at it. You know what I mean? He's intimidating. All right? They don't want that smoke. You know?
What's his real? Oh yeah, his real name. I know his real name. Let me see who he can match you with though. Yeah, is that there's nobody in his division just yet, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking nasty. I wonder if it's because of age, because I feel like there's hella kids in that weight class. I guess because he's 36.
How much weight would he have to gain if he had to get a fight? If 702 had to gain some.
I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's the way that he put it up. You're right. Maybe he's got to add some weight in there. I don't know why. Like normally when I can match you, then it shows me the 3 weights, like the minimum weight, the match weight, and the max weight. But since there's no one to match him with, I can't do anything.
Somebody's got to register into the system to get it in. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, man. But if you're trying to call in, now is the time. We got this quick little video here. I wish Tone was on for this one because he's the rap guy. This is Evander Holyfield and his daughter, and she got a little bar.
BA scouting the shit, been fucking hoes and kick. Bitch, I was broke, I hurt my wrist, I had to ice this bitch. Baby, you so fine, let me bite your ear, I'm on some Tyson shit. Selling.
Okay. All right. I probably got flagged for nothing. But someone sent me that. Now I don't know why. I thought she was actually rapping on this.
Yeah.
The fuck? She just literally touched her dad's ear. Okay. But we got Malik, New Orleans. What it do?
Whoa.
What up?
What up?
Coming through clear, you get me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna jump out, jump back.
Yo, we got you.
We hear you, champ. I guess he having issues on his end. He got them audio issues. So, Tamm Thibeault, we rescheduled. I sent her some new dates. She thought it was next Monday. She's busy all this week with her family. And I'm going to send her some dates for next week.
That's what's up.
Yo, you get me?
Yeah.
Whoa, what's good, man?
What's good, baby? You there?
He having issues with the service. DC3, Jerry think he DMX. $2, crying out loud emoji. Ness, sent you a message on Discord. Jerry, I seen a message after I played the old version, but literally they're the same amount of time. I'm assuming all you did was mix and master the next one. Ricky Dicky, $2. Yo, they really got Harry Wormwood in the chat. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that?
You can hear me now?
We've been hearing you.
Man, you heard what I said?
Nah, hell no. We heard you when you said, do you hear me the first time?
Oh, yeah, I was like, man, it's time to get down, man. Like, Tank, it's time for him to get down with it, bro. Like, fuck, why not? Dude, giving back to your community, man, fuck. Give him a fight. Give him one fight, man. Just fight Shakur. Go about your business, man. Fuck it. Take your little one fight deal with the Turk. Fight whoever you want. Get your bread. Go handle Jake Paul if you want. But fuck, you gotta give us a fight, bro. Like you gotta give the fans one of them names that they want, bro. Like it's just that time, bro. Like why not? Like that's shit I don't understand with his fans. It's just like why wouldn't you want him to fight his opposition? And this is what I wanted to ask you, bro. What you think about that prison break shit that happened out here, bro?
Where?
In New Orleans. I know you seen that.
Nah, I ain't see it, man. I ain't see it. You know I'm only boxing. I'm gonna have to read up on it.
Talk about it.
Man, that shit been everywhere. 10 dudes broke out, man. 10 dudes
Man.
broke out, bro. They caught 3. They gotta make a prison break New Orleans, man. We gotta get that series, bro. I don't know if they gonna find them fucking dudes, bro. Dudes might be gone, man. Yeah,
He's
but
knocking at your
I
door
just
right
want to see if
now.
you heard about it or not, bro.
Shit, nah,
Huh?
I ain't. That's the first time I heard about it.
I just want. Man, that shit all over fucking CNN and everything, bro. That's crazy. Y'all ain't hear about that shit. But yeah, that shit everywhere, bro. I wanted to see if what y'all would think, man. If you get out, you think how long you think they got, man? You think them boys you think they gonna be able to survive like that for that long?
Well, there's the legend of them boys that escaped from Alcatraz. Them 3. They never actually found their bodies. They say they rode kites to their families and postmark and initial, but it's I don't know. I mean, do
Yeah,
you
man,
think
that shit crazy, bro.
yeah,
That shit crazy.
well that boat crashing
They
into the
caught
bridge. Now that
3
was
of them.
crazy.
Wait, I seen the boat.
The
That's
boat
part of the
cra-
breakout?
Nah. I'm saying he's talking about
That's
crazy
some other
stuff.
shit.
I'm about to
Yeah,
say,
that's the
damn,
Mexican.
that shit was. I
Yo,
seen
Nah,
that.
they ain't doing all that.
No, but peep game. Peep game. I didn't know the people were on the sails. When I went back and looked at the video, there's rows of people that were holding hands on the sails. So when they hit,
There's a few people on the sales trying to fix it because remember it went under the bridge, got all fucked up. It
no,
was
puppy.
bumped.
I guarantee you go back and watch it. There's rows of people holding hands. They were showing it was in a celebration of like Mexican pride. They was going on, and then they said they had boat defaulty, and then it started navigating under the bridge. 2 people died falling from like 100 feet, and like 20 something other people were injured. It was like 200 people on the boat. That's what they're reporting. But I guarantee you, if you go back and you watch that video right now, mark my words, I watched it 10 times. There's like 12 people on the
That wasn't a cruise ship, huh?
Nah, it was like an old looking pirate ship.
It looked expensive.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it look it look
That shit.
vintage.
Yeah,
man,
vintage.
You gotta
Yeah.
watch yourself these days, man. All kind of shit been going on, man. Fuck.
Oh,
That's all I had
man.
though, man. I ain't gonna keep y'all for too long, bro. I just want to touch on that topic, man. 'Cause I know that's a big thing that's going on right now, bro.
Mm. Well, I hope you're safe in your community, and I hope all your loved ones are safe. So.
Oh yeah, man. You know we good out here, man. That shit just crazy, bro. 'Cause they just always failing us out here, bro.
Listen,
No matter
you
what
be
the fuck go
outside.
on.
Right, you be outside right now, chilling, minding your business. Or something jumps over your fence, shits in your yard. Now it's your problem. Like, come on, man, I done been there.
Reward too. They upping the reward. $20,000 on their head.
So hey,
Dog.
just be safe out
y'all
there.
want rat? They got 20 bands for y'all, man, per person.
Man. Oh no, he putting out hotline numbers. Listen, that's crazy.
Shout out Malik.
Yeah, the little Mexican boat thing, man, that freaked me out, man. I was like, wow, man, how could they? But human error is human error, and you could think what you want about it. But yeah, I was trying to look up that jailbreak right now.
Let's see here. Chat summary. Viewers are reacting to a recent prison break in New Orleans, discussing the ease of the escape and speculating on how the prisoners were able to get out. We got we got H-Town $2, 702. The TBV Inouye got to move up to get some smoke. Nah, man. The dude he was supposed to fight pulled out, man. His name is Mad Scientist. He said he still wants to fight. He just hit me up like, nah, tell 702 don't fight. Wait till next time. He said, I'm going to pay twice to fight him. I already paid to fight him once. Yeah, there ain't no refunds, home skillet. You know what I'm saying? Because I did my job of matching you with a host at that. And now, look, I got to rematch him. So now I got to work twice. Imagine giving you a refund. That means on top of working twice, I'm working one time free. That sounds crazy, man. Super crazy. But Angel Urina, Laugh Out Loud Pillow, he said he going to be sending some footage to promote soon. So get that done. Cliff, Connecticut, check your DMs on Instagram. I sent you the lender for life, Jerry Soriano's number. He wants to talk. Getting you right for Border Wars. I need a Border Wars anthem, man. Hey, yo, Mozzie, I need a Border Wars anthem, man. I need like an official Border Wars anthem. And it can't be all crazy long, even though it could be long for them live Border Wars intermissions when we like live at a Border Wars fight. But we also need like a Border Wars song, man. Something good. Something like, get you moving, you feel me? Also, quick reminder, don't forget we're gonna have Pablo Valdez on the episode this afternoon. Pablo Valdez, shout out to pretty boy Pablo. So you could drop your question to Pablo on the members only page and on our Patreon page, man. Drop them questions. He's on the Hitchens card, New York City. It's almost sold out according to Hitchens. Anybody can make a Border War song, bro. Send it in. Send it in. I picked the best one. We've been going. Actually, I'm not. The community will pick it. The community will pick it. Send it in, man. Y'all got time because Border Wars is not till 75 days. But, you know, the best one gets played right away. Best one gets played right away. So, yeah, man. We taking submissions on the Border Wars track because we need that. You know, we need licensed free music to play. But Pablo Valdez, he's going to be taking on Diaz. I don't know what Diaz that is because there's no first name on this flyer, but that's okay. June 14th at the theater, Madison Square Garden, on the undercard of Hitchens versus Cambosis, man. Yeah. Let's see. Last call for callers. Last call for callers. If you're trying to call in, now is the time. We had 240,775. So we need about 225 more subscribers. Salute. Appreciate everybody that is subscribing. But listen, man, share the show. That's going to make this grow bigger than ever. You know, if you share the show, we could get to that next level, man. Go ahead, Chad.
This little prison break was pretty elaborate here. They cut out the back of the toilet and made a hole in the wall.
Damn, that definitely sounds like a movie. I seen a movie exactly like that. Wow.
And they moved the toilet out the way, and then they snuck through that part right there. They got through the door. They like wedged it open, a whole bunch of them, and then they went running out the facility. Like it was, yeah. And they got them on camera, all 10 of them running out. Like he said, they caught 3 of them and 7 of them. So, yeah, this was a well.
Damn, bro, the thing is, bro, back in the day, bro, escape would add 5 more years to your sentence, bro. I'm sure that shit has changed, bro. I'm sure
Oh,
that
I
shit
don't.
has changed. Like,
No.
crazy.
Yeah. No, you see those like those courtroom camera footages, right? And I saw one guy just get up and run, and the guy next to him got up and ran. And when they caught him, they asked him, "Why'd you run?" He goes, "I don't know, because he ran." Like,
Yeah, natural instinct kicks in, bro.
and
Natural
and
instinct.
now and now you got an additional 5 years, like for some, or you won't be able to go to no like minimum prisons no more, because
Yeah,
nowadays
that's
it's
it. No
gonna
more
you an
camp for you.
escape.
Ain't
No
no
camp.
camps. Ain't no
Nope.
dorms. You on
You're
max
secure.
now, bro. That's
You're a
nasty.
security risk. You're a security risk now. Yeah.
Go ahead,
Crazy.
Plant. Plant. Fucking hell. Tip. These guys with the changing of the screen names is nasty work.
Yeah, who changed their screen name? Yeah,
You.
I gotta chill out, man.
You do that
What, bro?
all the
Man,
time.
yeah, when we got a big fight coming up, man. Playing with Cindy's, man, May 31st. Make sure y'all tune in. We got a banger for y'all. Yeah, man. Salute to Johnny from the Hangout Spot. You know what I'm saying? Great interview yesterday. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest Border Wars interviews there is, to date. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to CYP. We had to follow it up with something big. Yeah, man. There was a lot of emotions riding in that chat yesterday, man. A lot of emotions riding in that chat, man. It was a lit interview too. You know what I'm saying? Had people jump on the panel. Had, you know what I'm saying? And that's
You
hating
was
from the
begging. You was begging people to jump on the panel. You ain't say that.
had Ness hating from the chat. Man, yeah, we was we was lit, man. We was lit. Yeah, but yo, if y'all haven't tuned into it, man, go watch the interview. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? We finally got a Lobo on, you know what I'm saying, to come interact. You know what I'm saying? Dope interview, man. But it's hunting season, man. It's hunting season. Uh yeah, we can get that unguarded. It's best for me to do the unguarded on the weekends. I don't know if you want to do that. If you down for that, but that's probably
I
the
mean, if
best
that's
time for me
all
to
that
do it.
work, I'm gonna have to try and accommodate.
Yeah. Saturdays or Sunday. Saturdays we got fights, so Sundays would be cool anytime after 5, because you know what I'm saying, I work on Sundays and shit. Yeah, I'm down with that. But yeah, man, I'm hearing people talk about, say, yeah, it's time for Tank to get down with Turk. First of all, that nigga came out to Baltimore, bro. That nigga came out to Baltimore. Tank ain't got to get down with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is begging for Tank. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is begging for Tank to get on their card.
Hey
Y'all
man,
got to
you
get
want to
this shit
call it
right.
begging? We call it olive branch. At the end of the day, we just want the best fighting the best. Tank is
Hey,
allegedly
man.
one of those best. We trying to get him on board. That's all. We like what Turkey's doing, because Tank ain't doing nothing. Tank ain't asking to
Yeah,
talk.
listen, man. Listen, man. This
Yeah.
this whole thing about Turkey reaching out, this ain't for boxing. This is for Turkey's interest, bro. It's not for y'all. It's for Turkey, bro. It's for Turkey. At the end of the day, y'all need to realize that. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have the game confused, bro. All this reaching out, olive branching, no, it's for Turkey to move his product. You know what I'm saying? It's not for y'all. It's for Turkey to move his product. He can give a fuck about y'all. He's already
Product.
showed y'all he can give a fuck about y'all. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to build Riyadh season. You know what I'm saying? That's what Turkey's trying to do, bro. Y'all are blind. Y'all are clueless, and y'all fall for anything. You know what I'm saying? Just for $1, y'all will fall for anything. This is nasty. But yeah, man, Tank ain't got to get down with Turkey, bro. Y'all need to realize that he his own movement, man. Tank Davis is his own movement. We don't have to bow to the Sheikh, bro, like Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? These dudes don't want to pay their own way, and that's why they stuck where they at. They need Tank. Tank don't need them. Y'all mad at Tank when Tank been selling y'all the best fights and the biggest fights, and these dudes y'all keep wanting him to fight been giving y'all lackluster products. Like, it's nasty, man. Y'all begging and hating on the wrong people. It's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah, I think y'all need to recheck your favorite fighters, man. Recheck your favorite fighters. Yeah, reevaluate them. But yeah, that's it for the most part, man. Cut that Tank hate out, man. Cut that Tank hate out. Go talk to Shakur Stevenson, man. Tell him to get in the ring and actually give y'all a fight worth watching.
Shakur's already with Turkey, so again, Turkey just trying to fulfill his prophecy of saying that Shakur's fighting Zepeda and Tank next. This is just all part of this getting to that road to
And
Tank
that's another
Shakur.
thing. Like, Why does he keep trying to schedule fights ahead of time, bro? Like,
Because Tank got
like,
Roach. Tank got Roach.
that's cool. That's cool. We gotta get past Roach.
All right,
So who's to say?
everybody got somebody, bro. Everybody got somebody.
You
Everybody
know what I'm
got
saying?
somebody.
So why is he calling the phone talking about, yeah, like, if you get this fight, you got a big fight with Tank? Like, he's already guaranteeing Tank is gonna get a win against Lamont, bro. It's not the
He's
case.
working on it.
It's not the
He's
case.
working on it.
It's not the case. That's the same way Ryan and Devin folded. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop that.
Well, I think in a way, you might be viewing this a little personal.
We got you go ahead, champ.
Oh, I was just saying, I think he's viewing this a little too personal, like talking about bending the knee and shit, like kissing the ring type shit. And that Tank is his own movement, his own market. You know, what's wrong with maximizing on your market and not leaving more money on the table for the same exact fight? Tank doesn't, a lot of people said that he has to go out there and fight. I don't think in order to work with Turkey, necessarily he has to go out there and fight. Can he fight out here somewhere in New York, you know, or Vegas or something and still fulfill on the Turkey's agreement? Can't terms be met? So this is where we are, where Turkey's extending his hand. He's trying to give you and motivate the fight, talk up the fight, so to speak, right? He's saying the winner out of this fight is going to fight Tank. He shows up to Tank's gym, hands out equipment, says, Tank, all I want to do is sit in a room with you. Hear me out. Hear me out. Now, knowing where Tank's ties lie with the PBC, I'm not sure that he can actually do that. And, you know, time will tell. But all this standing on your own and not bending the knee type thing for a businessman, you know, ask yourself at the end of the day, what are you in this for? Tank's obviously is a businessman. That's all. You know, whether he takes it or not. I think he can maximize on his dollar messing with that dude. He doesn't got to go out there to fight to pull it off.
Alrighty then. Pat with the counter punch.
Yo.
What up?
What up?
Yeah, just keeping the show going. I have a question.
Question.
And I know I'm gonna sound a bit like, you know, like an ignorant, but what can we have? What can we have like a fight? Like for example, Emiliano Vargas against Abdullah Mason, for example.
So, I would love that fight. I just don't think that, you know, those parties are willing to take that fight. Right, and Abdullah Mason and Emiliano Vargas fight right now, those kids don't make the money that they, in their mind, believe that fight would make in the future because they're the green print, right? You got a son of a legend.
You see, this is the problem because maybe one of them is going to get upset before they can actually fight each other.
And you might be right, but they also know, though. Like, you don't think Emiliano knows that he's the son of a legend? You don't think he knows he's Mexican? I mean, look at what he told Keyshawn. I make more off endorsements than you make off your fight. So you think he's about to take a tough fight right now for a little bit of money? It's not going to happen, my brother. I just live in the reality. I know I like to live in reality. This is reality. That's reality. That it won't happen.
Yeah, no, but you're confirming that basically when the money is not there, then people don't fight. And when the money is there, still people don't fight. That's basically what's happening. We got like tons of money. Yeah.
I mean, no, I hear what you're saying. You know, the thing is that you telling someone to take what you would take. That's the issue. We always think that we can tell them to take what we believe they deserve or is a good enough purse. I wish I could put the value on everybody's purse, but that's not how it go. And that's why, you know, these fights take some time to happen.
Yeah, but see, Devin Haney didn't do that when he was coming in the game. He was calling like for the smoke. I remember he was calling already. What's his name?
Yeah, I mean, but
the Ukrainian guy.
he wasn't getting it though. He wasn't getting it though, right? So it's like we don't know
Yeah,
for
but
sure if he would have
at
took
least
something.
yeah, at least he was calling out. That's the problem that I have with those a lot of like what this guy Rohan what's his name
Polanco.
Polanco. You see, he's calling people out straight away. He doesn't care, And this type of fighter, even if he lose, let's say he call out someone like Boots, let's say, just for example, even if he lose against Boots, I would take my hat to this guy because he's been looking for the smoke, and we know how talented he is, and he's not waiting for like this person or this person. Of course, he's gonna look at the contract and things like that. That's normal. But what's annoying me is that we got people at their prime, and we're gonna wait that something happens to say, oh yeah, they should have fought each other when they were on that prime and things like that. And that's the problem that I have, and that's what I was calling like I think I spoke to you yesterday, Ness, when I was saying like Itoma from is managed by Queensbridge, Queensberry, isn't he? I think Itoma, the UK guy, the young heavyweight.
Yeah,
Itoma.
Atama, Moses Atama. Yeah, what about him?
Yeah. So when I was saying him, we could match him already with depending on what he's doing on this weekend. But it's someone that we could match straight away with someone like Allen or Clark, or we shouldn't wait for him to think. We shouldn't wait for him to have like an upset or because obviously like styles makes fight. I don't think that. I think that he can knock out Allen, for example. But people's gonna say, oh yeah, he's too young. He's got already like 14 fights, I think.
I think he could fight. I think he should fight Allen. He's fought in better names than Allen, I think, already.
I'm saying, but people still saying like, oh yeah, he's only 11 fights. Anyway, that's my call, man. I just want to say like we shouldn't wait too long for some fights, really. Shout out to you guys.
Over marination is the term, and I'm with you, man. Nobody wants some over marination. We got Turtle flying high, member for 13 months. Match me, Ness. Pink TBV belt is mine. Flex emoji, boxing glove emoji, woman sign, woman emoji, HS. I need your name. Are you on there? Yeah, I need your name. We do got a woman's belt. It's in my Florida spot, but we got a woman's belt. Never got to give it to nobody. Don't forget, Pablo Valdez interview tonight at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. If you want to ask Pablo a question, just head on over to the Patreon page or the YouTube members page, and you can ask him a question. Ray, what up?
Yo, what up, Nestor? You hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, bro? Shout out to you. Shout out to Round One. He's still on the panel.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Shout out to you, bro. Hey, Ness, I know I keep going back and forth with you on the gram and shit about the fight fee and everything. Until when do I have to pay that? I mean, that's just mainly for the unguarded, right? To get the interview and all that shit.
If you like, I'm sure me and you talk. If you good, you good. If you want to schedule your unguarded, just schedule it. Now, if you
I mean, because it's more or less like life is life, and you feel me? What was that?
I know, but I'm saying you sure you gonna fight, right?
I mean, life is life, and bro. The wife started nursing school, and
so you
taking a big hit with her patients. So a lot of this shit's on me right now when it comes to the bills and everything like that. I've been training shit and everything still. I went down to Vegas gym last week and sparred. Fucking cramped up in the thighs, but I mean, shit, I'm still doing what I got to do. But I'm more or less worried about, you feel me, getting a flight. I'm looking at flights. Everything is like in the 400s right now, round trip. And then rentals like 2 something. And then the hotels, that's why I was trying to, you feel me, see, try and help everybody else pockets, whoever wanted to, get a spot and shit like that. It'll be a little cheaper because shit, I'm looking for spots in like Watertown. And even, you know, little rundown hotels and shit are like $200-300 for flying in Friday and then checking out Sunday and shit. So
I didn't
that's
even
almost
get my
$1,000 trip
I
right
don't think
there.
I even got my hotel yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly where you plan on staying, but I was trying to stay in Watertown, so you know that because I know the weigh-in. I think you posted is at like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., something like that. So I wasn't trying to stay too far to have to like drive, you feel me, to the weigh-ins and shit like that. But yeah, bro, it's just looking like it's gonna be a little ticket. So, but I mean, I've been training, bro. I'm down in weight. You know, I've been sending videos nonstop since I announced the shit. I was on your head about getting what's his name to confirm the fight, because you know, like other fighters in here, you know, my fighter's MIA too. You going based off another dude that you
Nah,
know. You feel me?
your fighter's sending footage. You the one ain't got no footage.
Footage of what?
He sent me plenty of stuff. I got some new stuff he sent.
Well,
It's just
I
if you
told you,
ain't
it's like
if
I
you
said in the
ain't
chat, man.
calling
I'm going
in,
ghost because
if you
that
ain't
man don't
calling
call in
in,
the show.
if
He
you
ain't
ain't,
send no video. You at least played my video plenty of times on the show. I know
I
you played
mean
it with Round
I
one
play
time. You
it.
played it with Tone on the show.
I played it the last time you called in, which was the last time you called in.
And that's the
Since
only
then,
video we seen. And you
since
DM
then,
that to me personally.
since then, he sent me like 3 videos, I believe. I'm looking for his name now because I know I tagged him this
I mean,
morning.
I seen his little LA Fitness footwork workout, but
I mean,
you know,
look.
it's like
I mean, so
trying to make a fight. You know,
don't ask for footage if you gonna laugh at his footage and dismiss the footage. He sent it and you don't like
you
it.
talk shit about my footage. I still take it on the chin.
I know, but
Ain't that what
I'm
this?
not
Ain't that
under.
what
But
this
I'm not.
about? That's why I say
But I'm
you got
not
him in the
understanding.
NPT,
But I'm not
the Nest
understanding
Protection Program.
if you ask him for footage, and I'm sending you footage, but you
But it's
saying the footage
you
is whack.
you only personally sent me one thing of him hitting a bag from like that. He like
Yeah, you just got brothers. I'm the only son.
and then
See, I could show you this sparring, but it's like, why I'm gonna do that? You ain't sent no sparring.
so that's what I'm saying. You gotta at least tell me like, hey, he's saying sparring. Like he's a ghost, bro. He don't call in
He
the
ain't
show,
no
talk shit,
ghost. He
nothing.
ain't no ghost. You a ghost. He's sending me footage. It's the same thing that the tip says about Lobo. I could screen share it. It'd be like Wednesday, Friday, today. Like, what are you talking about? You sent me footage when? That old ass footage of you hitting the bag for the first time? You
But
ain't sent
then that's
nothing.
what I'm saying, bro.
You ain't
He
sent
only
nothing
posts
else after that.
one thing. He don't post nothing else.
Oh
And then
my
you over here
God.
holding footage instead of being like, hey,
Y'all
all you
scary
do,
as
I
hell.
hit you on the DM all the time, sending you stuff for, you know, boxing news and shit like that. You are like, you can't be like, hey, heads up, you know, Bobo sent me sparring. Where's your sparring? I'm going based off what you told me from the beginning. You got to hit me up so I can let these other fighters know what they doing so y'all boys could be on point.
I don't gotta tell you nothing that he doing. You don't want to be a star. Did Alex wait for Big Bay to drop some shit to make all the shit he been doing? You sound weird.
But it's like Vegas say too. He a ghost also.
My
He don't
guy,
call in the show
you
talk
want to
shit.
base your promotion off your opponent. Either you want to be the star or not. Like, why you want them to know his name?
I just ain't no talker, man. I do the action in the
All
ring.
right, so where's the action? Because you sent one video
All
hitting a
right,
yellow
not
bag.
see. Look, now that I know, not see. The only thing is Vega gym don't allow sparring, and I told you I don't got gyms up here by me like that. But I'm gonna find a gym that
Vega
allow
spars in the
recording.
street, man. Vega spars in the street with Rocky, Keem, and his fucking brother-in-law.
I get that, and I've been in talks with Vega about doing the same shit. But he got a schedule. I got a schedule now too. I ain't making no excuses, bro. I'm just saying, like you had Bobo in the protection program for a minute. Because you was on my ass heavy, DMing me when I was in the Border Wars chat. You was spamming me to sign up for the Conquer app. I did all that. I went, hit you up every time I USA boxing book, this, that, and the third. And this man the ghost, bro. But it's all right now. Now that I know he's sending you footage, sparring and stuff, I'll see what I get my hands on but yeah, like I said, my thing mainly is just the fun of everything else. I rather get if I gotta hand you the 150 in person there, you feel me? My thing is more, you know, I'm trying to get the flight and all that shit. But, you know, I could always, if you take my word, you know, hand you the bread in person or sell you in person, the 150 for the fight fee. But I didn't know if it's something that you needed ahead of time other than just, you know, doing the unguarded.
I mean, like I've already said on this call, I'm not in a rush, but I'm not trying to let the day of the fight come or the week of the fight. You're like, yo, I can't make it, and I've been screen sharing your footage.
I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
And
I ain't
promoting
gonna
your
do that.
fight all this time, and then I get whacked for my 150.
Nah, I got you, but nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. And even if I did, it wouldn't be. I would let y'all know ahead of time, and if I had to pay his fee if he can't get a fight, then I would do that. But nah, I ain't like that, bro. I ain't like that to just, you feel me, go MIA and. But like I said, I'm more worried about getting my flight taken care of, getting my, you know, the spot I'm gonna rest my head, because I got to get a rental too. The drive from Wisconsin Airport to Watertown is like, I think like an hour or something. I checked, so I for sure need a rental. And I already checked from the rentals from the airport is like $2 for them 3 days. So I'm trying to figure it out. That's why I'm calling in to see, you feel me, if the fight fees the last thing I worry about. But bro, I've been training. Trust me. It's just figuring out these bills and shit now. Now that, you know, the wife can't work in how she was and shit.
Stop
But
ducking,
that's all I
man.
got, bro.
Stop ducking.
Ain't nobody ducking shit.
Stop
Pick your
ducking.
mans up, man. Teach your man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna scream in the ring. Teach your man how to squabble. I'm gonna tap in with y'all, man. Shout out to TBV, man. Shout out to you, round one.
All right. Yo. Ness.
Alrighty. What up, champ?
My man was capping.
Ah!
Yo, listen. First he said, I got videos. Y'all know I be dropping the videos. I already dropped 3. And then Ness called him out and was like, you haven't dropped one since. Then he said he went to the Vegas thing and sparred. And then he said, nah, I'm not. I didn't get no sparring. And then you said they do their sparring out in the street. Right?
Yeah. No, you
So
on point. You on point.
No,
like
I'm sitting here like listening to it. I'm like, homeboy's capping. Hold on, man. Like, listen. I'm like, hold up. I get it. Money's tight. Stay in the gym. Keep it right. Drop that footage. Make it to fight night. Let's go. You know
Hey, round one. Do you got a Twitter? X Spaces?
Nah.
Nah? Okay, nah. Somebody was asking if you had Twitter.
Nah.
That looks like we got Malcolm $2. Same way Tank Jake folded. Same way Tank Jake folded? I don't know what it means. Jerry $2. Turkey perfect for PBC fighters. A loss don't end all. Boxing glove emoji. Shiny Suits 23 months on that champ level. Damn, champ. You got one more month for 2 years rocking out with the team.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
Shiny Sue says, stop through Hardin on Saturday. Kyra took good care of me for my birthday. Barry Bonds is fuego. Oh, I'm about to go get some of that. I'm about to go get some Barry Bonds. Was it on sale, though? You know, I like them discounts. Discounts. You feel me? I like them discounts.
Nasty.
All right, Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. I'm right back at it on 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 7 o'clock Eastern. We got Pablo Valdez this evening. Join me. Peace.
Peace.